Boom. Remove this. Hello and welcome, Jeremy and I with the Night Group. Oh, we got to have a new show intro. Let's rewind this. Hello and welcome to REALMigos, your real estate channel on all things real estate Austin and you know what, nationally. So we have an awesome show for you tonight. I have some real people on here tonight. So we're going to get to them. We're going to have back the Magic Mullet. He is back here tonight. We also have the Benevolent Beret. He is also here tonight. And then we have a special guest. Now, look, this special guest, she's interviewing for a job here. So she might be a regular on this show. We're going to have to put her through the paces. So I want you in the comment section to give her respect, but give her a hard time. I want to hear some good questions for her. Let's see if we can make her a recurring guest on this show. So she's coming on, the Magic Mullet. You like that, Nancy? Boom. How's it going? Oh my gosh. So many great comments already rolling through. So before we start, I just said all that fun stuff. We have a really great show today. This is going to be a Q&A. With the first REALMigos show, I'm really excited about this. And how do you feel about REALMigos as a title? Should we, we were going back and forth with REALMigos or Real Bros, but I felt Real Bros just felt like too much of college frat. And well, one of us has a mullet and one wears like a beret. So I guess that kind of fits almost. But no, we got some special guests. So my last order of business. Basic background today. We'll get into why I have a basic background today. I'm not in my normal studio, obviously. So, oh, there we go. Marisol's on the channel. I see you're blowing it up. You're giving away 3 Migos. See, REALMigos. All right. So let's get into it. Before we do that, I do want to say a huge thank you to everyone who has subscribed to our channel, liked, commented, spent the time watching our videos, spent 2-3 hours a night with us here in the crazy Austin market and being a part of this channel. It means a lot to me. It means a lot to the guys and the girls that are on this show. So thank you. One other order of business. I did want to say, if you haven't seen the new video that popped out, definitely go see it. The scary future of the Austin real estate market. Definitely a video that I took some time doing just because there's a lot to this. And it's the first one that I got a new editor. So that's pretty scary for me, trying to give over the reins and let that loose. So, but in order to keep doing this show, keep doing all this fun stuff, I have to kind of rely on some people. So here we go. We are adding in the REALMigos with Ian. Oh, wait, let me get this out of here. Sorry. She's failing already.
Little me.
Ian, welcome to the show. How are you?
Man, I'm great. I'm just, I'm watching the comments roll in. Like you said, it's pretty fun. Pretty fun already. Spun the hat around backwards since you said the Benevolent Beret. I'm thinking that's a pretty good name. That's a pretty good name.
I was getting ready for the show, taking a shower, and it just came to me. The Benevolent Beret and the Magic Mullet. By the way, tonight's sponsor of the channel is Noble Oak. They're the unofficial sponsor of tonight's show. Noble Oak, free shout out to you. If you want to pay me, you can hit me up. Emails down below. All right, let's add Marisol to the show. Good evening, young lady. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you, Jeremy. Thank you for having me on the show. And I enjoyed your intro. No pressure.
No pressure. Well, yeah. So Marisol, tell us, so you're new to the channel. Tell us about yourself and the gang about yourself, because they are interested to hear from you.
So I am new to the channel. I'm new to vlogging, streaming. This is my second video, so please apologize for all the newbie mistakes that I'll be making. But yeah, I have been a realtor this is my 7th year. I have been living in Austin for the last 15 years, and I love the city. I love my job. I love helping people, find their home, and that's what I do.
Awesome. Give me 1 second here. We have another guest that's on. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of this person. Hello, Magic Mullet. Is that your name, sir?
You can't even tell.
Mullet Mania.
Nice.
Mullet Mania. Let's get it on. Hey, so I noticed your background's a little different. You running a little late today?
I'm running late, my friend. I'm selling some real estate. Doing what I say that I do.
So go ahead for the fans and show us the mullet, man.
Oh, it's right here. It's fluffy today too. You see how fluffy this is?
Oh my goodness.
There's some magic real estate coming out of that mullet. So let's get it on. Like Master Jedi says, let's get it on.
Nice.
Master Jedi, huge shout out to Master Jedi. Was the real impetus for my last video. Well, partly his comment made a lot of sense, and then I ran into a builder and really talked about the Austin market and about what to expect. My next video coming out, I'm really excited about. I don't want to give too much away, but talking about builders. So let's see. Good looking guest. Any room in Austin? Any more room in Austin? Well, there's always room in Austin. But hey, Antone moved to Houston, though, good H-town. So, I mean,
that's not permanent. You can always remove.
So let's get started. Yeah. So since we don't have any real questions yet, somebody said something about Russia, really wanting to win green card and leave Russia for good. Love Austin. Well, okay. There you go. I don't
Austin
know anybody.
University, so come on over.
Yeah, we are. We embrace it here. Straight flassing his Benz on us. I don't think Mullet Mania has a Benz, but he's got one of those big gas guzzling trucks.
Could be.
That's for sure. All right. So
you're gonna have to explain why your connection is going in and out.
Well, I am a no. I'm still here. Am I here? Oh, geez. My connection is going to be bad all night tonight.
I hear you.
You hear me? All right. Well, my connection is going to be bad all night tonight. So the reason for that is that I am not at home at the moment. I am at the beach drinking bourbon.
What in the world?
Yeah. So the part of investing is you diversify your portfolio, and one of my investments is South Padre Island. So that's where I am. So what has been this week for what has been like this? Holy crap, bourbon. Hello. What has this week been like for y'all? Because this has been a crazy week for me, even not being in town. We put like almost $7 million in a contract this week in a crazy, crazy market. So what's up with y'all?
I'll go first. I had a closing earlier this week that got postponed because of appraisal issues. Surprise, surprise. And I got a property on the contract, a new build, and trying to get several other buyers on their contract. Today, we're submitting an offer in a condo in Avery Ranch. So please wish me luck.
I saw somebody complaining about losing out to 54 offers this week. And I had an investor call me today like, oh, I want to rebuy in the Austin market. And I was like, where? And they're like, oh, under 350, which we made a whole video on that. And I was like, maybe you should watch my live stream where we talk about how not easy it is to buy an investment property right now.
Good luck.
Yeah, it's very, very difficult.
Kevin, what's up with you, man?
It's been a wild week, I tell you that much. It's the last few weeks have been more of the same for me, trying to navigate through and figuring out where the stopping point is for some people on these offers. I thought it would change a little bit for the better as we got more houses listed last week. There were like Thursday and Friday and Saturday, I think there were about 650 new homes to hit the MLS, which was awesome. That was a great number. And I thought, hey, maybe that'll help out a little bit with the offers. No, it didn't help out at all. So been writing a lot of offers and not getting to the finish line on those, unfortunately.
Yeah, so I had a client that missed out. It was like 200K over, and then finally got it 250K over. Literally last night, thanks to Janie helping me out on that one. So I was surprised, 250K, barely got that one done. It's, this question right here, is there a visible decline in demand since rates started climbing? Anyone want to respond to that one?
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. Right. And the reason what I have experienced is that right now you still have such an influx of people coming here. What would cause the decline? The rates, people still need to buy houses. If anything, that may cause a flurry of buyers that are like, we need to hurry up and get in before the rates get too high. The buy low, sell high situation. Well, they're seeing the prices go up and they're like, oh my gosh, I need to hurry up and execute. I can't procrastinate like I have been. And that's what I'm thinking is happening. So even though we have more houses listed, we have such a high demand, and that demand continues to increase with both the jobs and the interest rates climbing slowly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I think if anything, it's causing even more like hysteric purchase price, right? Everybody's being a little buying like, hey, we got to buy now, and I think that is. That's as far as demand goes, it's not. Yeah, exactly. Master Jedi. Master Jedi bought a place.
That's the word. Ooh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Master Jedi bought a place in Bastrop and asked if that was a good investment in one of the comments. I think Bastrop's fantastic. I think we talked about that. Do we not? How great of an idea it is to be in Bastrop right now.
Yeah, Bastrop. I've seen Cedar Creek and Bastrop. Actually, like right in Cedar Creek, they're selling some really nice houses over there in like the $400,000 or $500,000 range. New construction over there, not too far, maybe 20 minutes from that new Tesla facility. So I'm not hating it at all.
Right on.
Yeah.
So this is a good question. Was there any short-term impact on property availability due to Snowmageddon, water damage, and repairs? What did you all see? Mary Saul, we'll let you back in.
So I was going to say something about the rates. The rates really, I've seen a small increase, but it's nothing that has affected any offers. I mean, I think 2.5 years ago, we were at 5 and over. So it's still, they're still very low. And as far as the Snowmageddon, all of my clients' properties were spared, thankfully. So I didn't experience any setbacks on that, but I did hear that a lot of people got, water damage and pipes bursting. So that's unfortunate. And I know that the plumbers were like, real busy that week, but I think for the most part, they have, solved that issue.
I like that meme where it was the like plumbers after Snowmageddon, and it was like that Indian guy with the gold chains and like gold and like all blinged out. Yeah, that's I can't get the plumber to come fix stuff at my house yet, and they're like contracted out through my pool builder. They still can't come back out. It's been crazy. So I think if anything with the Snowmageddon, what I saw is that there was properties impacted, but I think the most part it caused a whole week of inventory to drop off, which created more demand. So that would be my only thing with Snowmageddon. Antone says, I bought with KB. What is everyone's experience and thoughts on KB homes? I know they had a bad rep in the past, but have heard good things in recent years. Just curious on y'all's thoughts.
I had to pull it up. As soon as you said that, I was like, oh, let me go get that.
Yeah, exactly. Plumbers in Texas next week. Yep, for sure. I think, we've talked about this, look, if you're going to buy in a specific neighborhood and that's the only builder there and that's your only choice and you want to be in that neighborhood, go for it. I don't have anything really nasty to say about KB. I'm other builders that could be a little more nasty, but KB, in my opinion, hasn't been as bad as they used to. In fact, we've just gotten a couple people under contract with KB, so that's been nice. What about your experience, y'all?
They've improved, I think, for sure in recent years, just like he mentioned. A few years back, they were definitely at the bottom of the pile as far as quality of construction materials, just across the line, but they have improved. So they're definitely not the best, but they're not, not the worst by far. There's, just like Jeremy said, there's some builders out there that are just awful.
Yeah. Ian?
I haven't had, I gotta be, you gotta be careful because I don't want to, you don't know who's watching this, right? But also I think that's part of why this show, this gathering has been so successful is because we're pretty darn transparent. So here's what I'm going to say. I've had some issues with KB Homes, but it's not the build quality. It's been more of the process. And I think part of it is the fact that they're such a mass production builder. Their plans, when they create their floor plans, it's based on a number, like the square footage. So you've got plan 3403, 3102. It's like, well, what's the difference? What's the actual difference between the floor plan? And so keeping track of that, I think, is hard on their end. And also the price point, they generally stick with a lower tier price point. And so when people are going in and getting these homes, they're just rushing through. They have a solid system for them, but I don't know that they have a solid system for customer service. And I have clients, I think I told you this last week, maybe last week or the week prior. I have clients that put in earnest money for a check, an earnest money check months ago, and they still didn't get it back. They had to have their bank cancel it. And that's not a slam against KB necessarily. I think it was just kind of lost in the shuffle because, they have 1,000 people a day calling them. Yeah, that's just hard to keep up with for anybody. It doesn't mean they build a bad home. It just means the process is like, what is happening right now? And it's hard for them to keep up. It's hard for anybody to keep up with that.
Yeah, all of these builders are doing things like that, though. I mean, I don't want to give too much away, but I will be talking about builders in another video coming up. But some of the things that builders are doing to people are a little rough. So I'll give you an example. We had a client write an offer on a DR Horton home. It's crazy. In one neighborhood, we just put somebody on contract a month ago that just closed on a DR Horton home in Fairhaven, and now they're doing bids on those properties. And so my client ended up paying like $50,000 over list price, which means that the overage they actually had to put as a deposit.
Oh, wow.
So,
yes. Yeah.
Yes. So their deposit, instead of being 1%, 2%, 3%, was the overage that they wrote over. So like we're talking like $58,000 is what their deposit was on
for DR Horton.
For
right?
DR Horton home.
See, and those same homes, the problem I have with that is DR Horton has never even had. Well, most of the stuff I've done with them isn't even a 1% earnest money. It's like even less. It's like $1,000.
Yeah, like $1,000 or something.
Yeah, and even then, the part that irritates me the most about the builders, and I just say I love hearing Ian be passionate about this. Right, it's very cool that he's being very passionate about it because I feel that same way. I don't like the fact that the builders are taking the homes now up to pretty much past all the design stage and really not even giving you an opportunity to decide what you want in the home anymore. So the money that you could be choosing finishes and choosing something, the exciting part of buying your own brand new home is almost completely taken away from you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So let me explain that a little bit better, what you just said. So what they're doing, and I've seen this on a lot of builders. So they've had all these people on a long wait list. And so what happens on this long wait list is you're number 2 or 3 on the wait list. and then your number gets called up. And when I say 2 or 3, you've been on a wait list of 100 people. Now you're down to 2 or 3. The builders are saying, hey, these next 5 lots we're going to let go. Instead of you picking out the home you've been wanting to pick out, the home that you've been waiting to pick out, we're actually going to put this all on a bid. So we're going to put these 5 floor plans on these 5 lots. Everybody can bid on them. And instead of you being able to pick out, the countertops, everything, they come in, they pick out the cheapest. Oh man, I almost cussed on my own show. The cheapest stuff possible. And then they go, okay, now you bid on it. So originally, if you were to pick out your own stuff, you're paying a premium for the countertops you pick out. You're paying a premium for the backsplash, the cabinets, everything. You're paying a premium on that. Now they're taking away that premium and you're still paying over that, like way over that price you would have been paying, right, which is a joke. And so to better illustrate what you just said, I mean, that pisses me off a lot. So I agree with you.
The builders having, sorry, go ahead. Go ahead. The builders are having just like the greatest of times right now. I've seen so many things that make me cringe, and I'm hurting for my buyers, and I can't tell the builders or the reps what I really think, because that's probably going to cause my buyers to not get the house. But just like Jeremy said, just last week, I had my client's contract with D.R. Horton, and they had to put $63,000 for deposit earnest. That they just didn't know that they needed so quickly, and they had to liquidate some stocks, and basically they told us, if we don't have that in 48 hours, we're moving on to the next person. So it's very stressful, and also it's non-refundable. I've seen this with other builders saying, the deposit is non-refundable, but it's usually $3,000, $2,000, $1,000, something like that, and no one wants to lose that amount of money. But but $63,000 and it's non-refundable. It's a lot.
I mean, you can build a year ago you could build a luxury home, over $750, and your deposits would maybe be that with all the upgrade costs that you did, right? I mean, $50,000 maybe. $60,000 is crazy, and we're talking on a $400,000 home or $350,000 home with D.R. Horton, probably less as well. I agree. So I think, go ahead, Ian.
I was gonna say, so Flashback Nancy said earlier, she goes, "Hey, at least you guys have good jobs, right?"
Oh yeah.
So that's a positive. A blessing and a curse, I think, is how you would say it. We do really enjoy what we do. We all have a really good time doing that, but being able to adapt and some of these challenges that we're facing, that both makes it fun, but also makes it very difficult when you have to go to somebody and say, oh, wait a minute, you're telling me you don't have an extra $20,000 to put toward this appraisal waiver, like just in cash. And that's assuming that, there's a gap that you have to cover on top of down payment, on top of closing costs. That is a very difficult conversation to have. And it's like a doctor having to tell somebody that they're not going to make it.
Yeah,
that's what it feels like. So it's a good job, and it's rewarding when we can make it work, and we do everything we can to make it work.
This has been the busiest I've been and most stressed out I've been. I mean, to the point I've literally shut my email off this week because it's too much. I had to take a week off, and I never where I'm just like, oh, I'm not responding to emails. And this is the first time I'm not responding to emails. Zach, I'm looking to buy my first home, and it seems like it's virtually impossible for first-time home buyers. I'm single, making $60,000 a year. Should I wait to buy? This is a question I think all of us get probably daily. I would imagine all of us get this daily. And in my video I just put out, which was the scary future of Austin, I talked about this. First-time home buyers that don't have, $250,000 extra to come out of pocket, where do they go? Look at this scenario right here. Mary Soul, $63,000 earnest money on a D.R. Horton home. How do you 60? That's your year's salary.
It is.
It's more than his year's salary, and that's before taxes.
Ian mentioned, you have to have 20K, to cover the appraisal shortage. But really, he's being conservative with that number. I think it's anywhere from 50 to 75 on resale. So as crazy as the builders are, I still think that for a first-time home buyer that has that kind of salary, it's making me laugh. Okay, the new builds are still a better option than resale at that price point.
Still, even that.
I would say if you're single, then go buy a condo and be in a hot area of town for sure.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
Yeah, you've said
there's
that.
nothing. I mean, 60. If you're making 60, I still feel like we do this because most of our clients do buy homes, but that's because homes have been available. That's why people in California are being told now, or all over the country, that Austin's a great place to buy, right? Because they know that they can get a home for their money. Well, I mean, in many markets that are very popular, and eventually it's going to be this way. Any home that's within a short drive of the downtown or the hot areas of Austin is going to be ridiculously expensive. So you're either going to have to be okay being a first-time home buyer and driving a lot further to get to Austin, or you're going to have to set your expectations more at like the condo site, which I don't think is a bad deal, especially if you're single. Buy the condo, live the low cost life, the low overhead lifestyle, and be all in the mix of everything that Austin offers.
Yeah.
Low overhead. That's the key. That was good.
Yeah. Master Jedi wanted to know what percent over 250K was that. The house was listed at 600 and wrote an offer for 850. So give you an idea. That's crazy. But originally they were going to go in at 8, and that wasn't even going to get it done at 8. There was offers over 800. With the same client. No, with this same client in Circle C, there was a house listed at 685. I told him a recent comp sold for 785. So let's go in 815 or higher. That was on Friday. I videoed it, sent it to them. They're like, yes. Went home to write the offer. This was last Friday. And I pulled up the MLS. I had seen it literally 3 hours earlier. Pulled up the MLS was pending. I messaged the agent like, dude, WTF? And they're like, oh yeah, we got an offer over 850.
Yeah.
So I was like,
you back.
Yeah, man, you should have waited. But Marisol, are you in the bathroom? Kind of looks like you have a towel rack behind you.
Yes, I am in the bathroom. I was like, I'm going to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. No, I'm in my.
That's how comfortable she is.
It's a chair.
Yeah.
It's a chair. I want everyone to know that it's a chair.
It's a very nice towel chair.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a throne.
I need to work on my decor. But yes, Jeremy, I am not in the bathroom.
Okay, I mean, that's what you say. Camera doesn't lie. Insurance companies are paying a premium for short-term rentals for displaced ice damage. Yep, probably. What areas besides 613 and Cedar Park did not lose power and water? I mean, pretty much everybody lost power. Or water. Sorry, water.
Yeah.
Most of Round Rock didn't lose power or water. Or a lot of places in Round Rock didn't lose power or water. In Leander, there were places that lost water only, but not power. And I think, and this is one of those things that we as agents have to do further research on, but we hear all these things about, hospital grids and any other larger grids, and that seems to have worked out. We just need to pay close attention to that. I have a client I put in Rancho Siena that I visited yesterday, and he said, I think they had everything because they were on Georgetown water in Rancho. So they were good they may have lost it for a day or something, but that was it.
There's class action lawsuits against the power companies now.
Oh, that's good. That'll help things out.
Look at that comment.
So I got to say, Matt, thank you very much for the donation there. Beers on Matt. Bourbons on Matt. Here we go. I look forward to the live stream every week. Keep the great content coming. I would love to hear you talk about your favorite places, restaurants, bars, parks in Central Austin downtown. Nice. Ooh, this is a good one, Matt. Thank you for this question. Finally, not something just about real estate. Central Austin. I'll let Marisol go first. She's the guest. And we like to put
Yeah.
people on the spot too.
Yes.
So Mighty Soul.
I'm like, thank you, Jeremy.
You're welcome.
So, downtown, my favorite restaurant downtown, it's probably Musashino. It's a sushi place. And then what do I like? Town Lake. Bars. I don't really do bars very often, honestly. And that's just,
You look like a party girl, so yeah, I could no, that's a lie.
Yeah.
You're a deep E6 girl.
I used to be. I
Nice.
can't believe
Yeah.
I like. No, I don't anymore.
For people that aren't around here or from around here, the Deep E6, can you explain that? Anybody else besides me? I don't want to get myself in
Oh,
trouble.
man.
No, I'm just gonna sip my
Talk about dirty
Yeah.
sick.
36.
There you go.
I mean, the name
Yeah.
alone is good enough.
Yeah.
So, Kevin, you gonna go? What do you like?
Yeah, Kevin, what's up?
Like Central and downtown. I'm more of like,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't like, I do have some favorite restaurants to go to, but I also like to go to different places because I'm wholeheartedly believing that, you know, there's way too much to experience in Austin, and it changes so often. A lot of times a restaurant will come up.
Do we lose his audio?
I was gonna say, is it just me or I think his batteries died? You gotta let him know,
He's going.
or you can just save that and make that the trailer.
Yeah,
Kevin, we can't hear you, man.
Get off. We
Yeah.
can't hear you,
Yeah,
Kevin.
yeah.
Oh man,
SOS.
everybody.
He's
He is
rattling.
just saying the most important things on the planet, and he has no idea. Everybody.
I know.
Oh, poor Kevin.
He
Look at him go.
Like,
He is in it too. Oh my gosh. Kevin, we can't hear you.
Going.
we can't hear you, man. We can't hear you. All right, so let me fill some of that in. So okay, I'm a big mountain. I've been riding mountain bikes a whole lot. So every week at the very least, I go out and I ride mountain bikes. And so
hold on. Tilt your head to the right. Mullet lost signal.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Beautiful.
pretty good.
Oh, beautiful. Okay. Sorry, let's go back to this question. Matt, we'll finish up your question. Hey, everybody, thank you for the questions. This is a Q&A tonight, right? We want to do the first one as a Q&A. We want to answer those questions. Everybody asked questions on these. So go ahead. Ian was talking about some hat place on
Yeah, they're haberdashery. I have visited haberdasheries looking for more people to make hats. So I was going to say, so the parks, Walnut Creek is one of the more popular.
ooh.
Is that why you're making that face? Because of Walnut Creek? But that's North Central. And then they have City Park, if you like that kind of thing. They're good for both walking. They're good for mountain biking, maybe even BMXing, one wheel, if you're riding around on a one wheel. Zilker Park's really popular, of course. Town Lake, like Marisol had mentioned. I also don't do bars. However, I did, and this is something nobody really knows. I did a small stint where I was auditing bars. Shh, don't tell anybody. So I did get to visit a lot of them. I would say if you go down to Rainy Street, there's a cocktail bar, some cocktail bars. Bangers is a really good one. It might seem like, one of those typecast places, but they know what they're doing. Their food is delicious. If you like sausage, it's great. And then the last one for restaurants, I'm gonna give you a tip. This is for anybody. Here's my tip, and I do this. If you go on a Google Maps, you can search for a rating, and you can search for places I haven't visited. So if you do that, you will always get a good place according to the people that you've not yet tried. And so I try to go to new places all the time, but if you want actual places, I love Jacoby's. I love Sawyer & Co. I think those are really good. Uchiko, I think, is a big one. Anyway, I could rattle on about that kind of stuff
You know what? First,
forever.
I'd like to say I love that audits and bars. I want to get into that.
Really?
I think what he meant by auditing bars is he just went by and tested the cocktails.
I know. I'm like, wait, that's not even a thing. So I audit bars as well, but I forgot to mention this. I used to really love Gloria's on.
Glorious.
Yes, and they used to have like obviously, salsa night, Fridays and Saturdays, and they used to have a live band there usually on Saturdays, and then they cleared out the whole restaurant and you could dance, and it was amazing. It was my favorite.
Yeah, but because of the situation, they probably had to stop that for a while, right?
They did, and then I think they moved it to the Domain. So, anyway.
Where's it in the Domain? This is funny.
So, have we ever talked about Treviso on this channel?
No, never heard of it.
No, I've never heard of Treviso.
What is that?
And Master Jedi said something about Treviso versus Vizcaya. I've never heard of either of those. So
there's that word again.
Yeah. I know Sarah's not here, but what are the catches about preferred in-house lenders? What should I look for in rate versus charge? This is a good question. Marty Saul, give us your knowledge on this one.
Yeah, so, here's the thing, and I'm guessing that she's talking about builder preferred lenders. So I'll say 90% of times I recommend my buyers to actually shop for some rates, but more honestly, the in-house lender is going to beat out the other lenders. Why? Because they're working with them, and then the incentives that you usually get are worth it. They could pay all the closing cost, or they could put $10,000 towards upgrades, and so those are some of the things that usually the other lender is not able to compete. Maybe their rates are a little bit, but it's usually not a big difference. So for the most part, I tell my buyers to just go ahead with their lender just to get the incentives, really, if nothing else.
So I mean, I'm gonna partially disagree with you. I mean, I'm glad you're here, but I'm gonna
welcome to channel Smackdown.
I know. Well, here's why. Let me. So I think it depends on the price. I think it depends on the builder. That's one big factor, right? And it depends on what the value difference is for you. If we're talking like $1,000 difference and you're buying a $500,000 home, I'm gonna opt that you go with whoever gives the best customer service. If you needed to call that lender at so what time is it now? 7:37. I've got a lender and a title rep right now working on a deal that's supposed to close at 8:00 tomorrow morning. You don't get that level of service with just about anybody. You definitely don't get it with a bank. No offense to banks, because they're closed, right? So it's hard to have that really close level of service. Also, sometimes depending on the builder, they might sneak in a higher rate or some higher fees, and it seems like you're saving money on these closing costs. It seems like it, but really they're just adding it into your loan somewhere. And I'm not saying that's always the case. I'm saying the only way you know that is to shop, is to check on the same day. That's the other thing. If you check one lender on a Tuesday and you check another lender on a Friday, of course it's going to be different because interest rates change daily.
Yep.
So no, everybody who's doing that, you start at 9 a.m. on a Monday or on a Tuesday or something, and you go to 3 lenders if you're shopping, or 4 lenders, and do it all that same day. It's the only way you're going to get an accurate representation of what their fees are. Also, what they tell you at the beginning is very different than what you see when you get to the closing table.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
And so a lot of times
builders lenders are garbage. Let's just be honest. A spade a spade. Look, I don't mean they're garbage as in they're terrible lenders. I mean they're garbage in the fact that they work for you, but they really work for the builder. If you want a response, you'll never get it. I have a client right now who is closing with Pulte. Sorry, my dog's mad at my other dog for not sharing the bone. Whatever. So he's closing with Pulte using the Pulte lender. No offense to the Pulte lender, but he wanted to do a 45-day lock, and it took the Pulte lender a week to get back to them on a 45-day lock, which meant that their interest rate went up drastically that week when they could have locked in with another, third-party lender. So that's that's what you get. I mean, the communication, just like you said, is terrible. Here's a good one. Got an email today that D.R. Horton would only allow us to have a third-party inspection for the final inspection and not before.
Oh, wow.
My follow-up would be, who is your realtor? And don't answer that, but like, that's important. I have probably 5 or 6 D.R. Hortons pending right now. And for every buyer that has opted for one, we've had multiple points of inspections. So that is not true. I don't know why they're jerking you around.
Is that illegal?
Period. Done.
I think it is.
Well, the thing is, they do have their own inspections, but just for your peace of mind, like Jeremy said with the lenders, their inspectors, they might hire a third party. But seriously, if somebody came to you and said, listen, I'm going to give you 900 inspections this month, of course you're going to make sure that it goes well for them. Right?
Yep. I mean, I don't disagree with that. I mean, with D.R. Horton, I had a client that just closed. There was, some decent problems with this property, but I mean, whatever. Every property's gonna have a problem. They said the same thing. You can't do the inspection until last minute. They did inspection last minute, found all this stuff. Whatever. It worked out how it worked out. But they also said, hey, you can use our D.R. Horton insurance. You can use our D.R. Horton home warranty. You can use all the other stuff. Our D.R. Horton security. Like, why would you want to use all of D.R. Horton's stuff? I know they're giving you a good cost, but let's be honest. D.R. Horton and almost every builder's warranty department, especially the one that starts with an L and ends with an R and there's an N in the middle of it. I mean, they're not the best. Not that. So, Master Jedi, welcome back. Finally back to your comments. But yeah, he said builders are bastards, revolution. Here's the deal. So Ian, let's buy, 15 acres and drop in, 35 homes and we can charge whatever we want for homes. We can do some affordable housing. Speaking, we should talk about affordable housing. Who wants to hear about affordable housing and what we should do? Because I just put out a video called Scary Future of Austin. I talked about the affordability issues. Anybody want to know what we should do about affordability? Drop a question in and we'll answer it because I got a great response. It is called, hey, Marisol, what do you think? Okay.
What do I think about affordable housing or the builders?
No, we're going to get to it. Somebody's got to ask the question first and then we'll get to it. I wish they could stay for the live feed.
Please ask a question so Jeremy can throw me into the fire.
Yeah, I'd love to throw her under the bus. Oh, wait, Kevin's back in. Sorry. Kevin, hey, look at that. You're not in your...
He got it set up. He even got lights.
I made it.
Okay, Jeremy, Marisol, you guys need colors. You need some color in your life.
I'm sorry. This is my second video ever.
Business.
You know what?
There you go.
I
Yellow and purple.
Yeah, I got a ring light and I got a mic. In one day. Next time, my background is going to be the most beautiful.
Yeah, don't challenge her. She's gonna embarrass all of us with her setup.
Yes.
True.
I have a hot wife, so I have enough color in my life. So all right, went to Drees, 100K non-refundable earnest money. Boom.
Yeah.
Take that in the face.
That's different though. First off, I know you don't even have to tell me, but I know the price point is not your 400,000. That's the first thing. The second thing is with Drees, you are getting you're getting it's a semi-custom builder, right? So they're taking deposits for the materials that they're pre-purchasing. And if you back out, that tiled fireplace that you asked to have put on the back patio, you're prepaying for that because they already bought the materials. That's why they're asking for it. What Jeremy's argument was earlier is that if you're getting an inventory product, why are you prepaying that much that is non-refundable? That was his comment earlier, and that's the concern. So for Drees, it makes perfect sense. For an inventory home with D.R. Horton, it does not make sense. They're just cash grabbing because they have 2,000 people that they email every day.
Yep.
So I asked the rep, why are you asking $63,000 for a deposit that's non-refundable for a $470,000 home? That's
because we can.
Well,
yeah.
So this was the answer. The answer was, we're doing this because this is the only way that we're keeping investors away. That was
That's smart.
answer. So
that's a good answer. But you know what? The problem with that is,
the problem with that is you have first-time home buyers that can't get into that market.
Exactly.
They're effed.
But they don't care because then they have enough people that are able to do this or are willing to borrow from family members and do wild things just to be able to make it to get a home. So they're taking advantage of that. That's the whole thing. This is their moment. They're taking advantage of it.
I agree. It's frustrating. If everybody, so here's what pisses me off. One of the comments on my Future of Austin thing. Can I bring this back in? No, I can't. But it was like, in the thing I talked about that the prices aren't going to stop. And it's like, all you realtors just care about, your commissions. Look, if that was the case, there are a lot of agents that are all about their commissions. Let's be perfectly honest, right? Just like there are all sorts of different lawyers that people hate lawyers, right? And there's a lot of people that hate real estate agents because we make money off of home purchases. But the reality is the people on this channel, I know the people on this channel very well. And if it were all about a paycheck, these people would not be on this channel.
100%.
Right? We would not be giving out this free information to people that wouldn't be using us. Like, here's the thing is, so many people watch this live stream, but not everybody uses me or Ian or Kevin or now Medisol. They take this information, and I've had so many people reach out to me. Oh, thank you for the information. I took it to my realtor. We finally got a house under contract. So if it was all about commissions for us, this would be a show all about everybody on this channel would be saying, hey, call me because I want to help you. And no one is doing that. And so this is what really pisses me off when people say stuff about commissions and stuff, because we actually do care about our clients. And it's frustrating for all of us on this channel every day to tell a client who's a first-time home buyer is trying to buy a $500,000 house, a first-time home buyer, putting 10% down that, hey, you know what? Can't do it. Good luck. That is tough. And that's what pisses me off about this market.
There's a perfect thing right there on the screen, right? A perfect comment. This person is listing a home. We don't know anything about this person, and that's fine. This is obviously valuable information for this person, for that person's realtor, or if that person chooses one of us. Doesn't matter. It still makes the entire market better having deep, transparent conversations.
Right.
Live CMA.
Yeah. Let's all come up with 3 different prices.
This sounds like a good idea. I like this game.
I like this. All right, Adam, in the comment below, give us the neighborhood you're in, price, square foot, bedrooms, and any upgrades. And we're going to all live give you a quick CMA out of our heads.
I'm down.
But here's the thing.
Give us an address.
So Adam,
no address. Unless
you want to pre-market it, you could pre-market it by putting an address.
No, because then he has to list on MLS within 24 hours.
Yeah, he's not a realtor, so he doesn't have to. But
right.
Here's the deal, Adam. List your house for $100,000. It's going to sell for whatever it's going to sell for. That's the short answer.
Hey, I just saw Christy Leonard said she just sold a house for $335,000 over ask.
Holy crap! We'll get to that. I'm like way not down the comments because I'm trying to get to some of these. What's up, bro? Love the show, Andy. What's up, man? Moving out of Santa Rita later this year, and moving further out to Liberty Hill. Austin market is crazy. I wanted to learn more and found your channel. See, boom, there you go. A perfect example. All right, photo nerd. What's up, dude? Hello, welcome to the channel. It feels like home buying is for the rich. It's impossible. Average offers 70, 80K over list price. I mean, 100%. I mean, I would say average over offer is probably more like 150. I mean, what are you seeing?
Yeah, and it also depends on when, right? Today, it's a lot different than it was just 1 year ago. Yeah.
Depends on the price point in the neighborhood as well.
I like that. I like that, Master Jedi.
Can you post a poll to see how many live viewers actually live here versus in California?
Or anywhere else.
Right. Yeah, so if you live somewhere other than Austin, Florida. That's a good one. All right, so if you, I can't post a poll, but if you are somewhere other than Austin looking to move in here, I want you to write in the comments where you're moving from and why. I want to hear the and why. because that is something I think a lot of people need to understand, because I hear a lot of people moving here for different reasons, but the why is very important. So I want to hear that from you. All right. What questions should we get to? Because I'm like so lost now.
All of them.
Take the bait. I'll take the bait from Felicia Woods at 744.
Ooh,
Oh, and then above that, never waive an inspection. We can go to there.
Oh, yeah, 744. Oh, see, there's timestamped. You learn something new every day. Felicia Woods, I'll take the bait. What's the affordable housing in and around Austin? So this is so affordable housing in Austin, and this is where my video, and I want to get your perspectives as well. So that's why I asked somebody to ask the question. So there's a gentleman who on my video went after me because I keep saying not pleasant things about Prop A and Prop B, right? Part of Prop A said they're going to give $300 million to affordable housing. My question to that gentleman was, tell me how you're going to make housing affordable with $300 million. So you're going to take taxpayer dollars and make it affordable. My other comment that I made was that people that live on the east side that are long-term residents, right? The east side of town used to be kind of the wrong side, labeled the wrong side of the track. Look at the Austin, look at the old Austin history. I'm not going to get into it because I don't want to get canceled on my own show. But there are people that live there that have been there for generations. A lot of them live in tear down houses. I know because I've helped them, right? They've come to me and said, Jeremy, I can't afford my taxes. I'm 65 or 70. I have the exemption and I still can't afford my taxes. And then these developers swoop in and screw them over and then put an AB unit and sell it for $1.5 million.
Yeah.
So what is the answer to our affordability issue? Does anybody have an idea? Marisol, looking at you.
I feel terrible saying this, but if they were to ask me really, what's affordable in Austin, I'd have to say nothing. Like it really, like to me, most of my clients are like, we want something more affordable, but define affordable. I'd say, I have to take him Kyle, Buda, but Buda, even then, the prices are really going up. Bastrop maybe, but that's really all I can do. Like it's not affordable. There's another way to
well,
put it.
So here was my this gentleman. Go read the comments. I stand by my comments, but he was upset with me about talking about that. His comments were that we need to put more urban density downtown Austin, and then we could have these trains that would help the whole process, right? A and B is going to help with all these trains we put downtown and all this. But the problem is people don't move to Austin to live downtown. Some people do.
Right.
But people move here because they're leaving and this is why I asked the question about where you're moving from and why. I get from people all the time, I'm moving here because I don't want to live in New York City anymore. I want to move and buy and own a home. Well, that is the problem. And so that's what I'm saying is the trains for A and B do not exceed outside of Austin. So if you're going to be in Kyle, Buda, you're going to be in Bastrop, you're going to be out in Manor, all of these cities outside where it's actually more affordable, those trains, that public transportation doesn't get to you. So my problem is infrastructure. There's not good infrastructure going out to these places. And then downtown is a joke. Yes, putting in a train would help. But the ridership has always been in doubt. The amount of people that would actually use it, the ridership numbers are in doubt. So the fact that you can't even give me solid saying that, hey, look, this is a true fact of where our ridership's going to be. You can't tell me that that is going to actually help our city in paying $7 billion. And here's the problem. We're giving $300 million to affordability, yet we are raising people's property taxes probably $600 to $700 a year for the average home. So you can't tell me that that's making things affordable.
What's terrible about that is the people that you have already been helping, and I've helped, and I'm sure Kevin and Marisol have been helping, that have been in that situation where they couldn't afford to pay their property taxes because they either didn't know about homestead and the property taxes have increased so much, right? They're already being pushed out of affordability. And then we have Prop A and B that are going to further increase that. So I think understanding how they utilize the funds, it's great. You can oh my gosh, you can throw money at it, right? But it's all about how it's managed. And I think you hit the nail on the head. I think you said this, Jeremy. Somebody said this, maybe Marisol, the education part of it. If you don't have the education, because it's not about whether or not it should be affordable. It's about making sure that the people are educated financially and making sure that they have the income to support it. And generally the education and income have some sort of correlation, right? So that, I think that can kind of help with the affordability. It's not like you can necessarily take someone who makes, I'm going to use $9 an hour because that's right. And then just plop them in the middle of Austin and hope that they can match the cost of living. That's not how it works. That's not and I think that might be part of the question. Might be part of it.
And for
part of it is reducing taxes, putting an actual cap, an actual cap on taxes, not raising taxes. And then this is what frustrates me. The answer is always throw more money at it. Well, we threw more money at the homeless population and it's still gone up. So obviously throwing money wasn't the answer. We've thrown money at transportation and that hasn't helped. So you can't tell me that throwing money, and to your point, Ian, throwing money at the problem does not make it better. Having a good solution and going after that solution is much better. And sometimes it's not easy. People don't want to do the easy thing. And the easy thing for people is just throw money at stuff. I'm tired of the city of Austin throwing money at stuff and just spending wildly. And that is why we're having an affordability issue. Yet I'm told I'm wrong because I said Prop A, Prop B. Sorry, I'm going on a tangent because this guy really got under my skin.
I mean, I love increasing the transportation. I love increasing green spaces around the city. I love that they're putting in like an African-American cultural heritage district. I love that they're bringing back a lot of the cultural arts and music, and that's incredible. But again, that you can place these there. That's fantastic. But if you don't have the education and if you don't wisely spend the funding in other aspects, then it's a circle. We just have to do a good job of, checking out some of these other areas that have had these issues and doing what we can to mitigate. We need a good risk mitigator. That's what we need. And I'm not saying we do or don't have that. I'm just saying that's a big part of the solution, is making sure that people are mitigating these risks.
I'd like to add that for the people that are having trouble with their property taxes, can you imagine how bad is it going to be when they receive the 2021 assessment that's going to include all of this crazy $100,000 asking price, appraisals? Can you imagine how hard that's going to be for some people? That's going to be pushing a lot of people out of their homes.
And that's exactly the point I made in my channel or on that video. And, we look at this thing, but then we're told, oh, all we care about is our paycheck, right? Yeah. So, sorry, my phone's blowing up. Unshameless plug. Thanks, Master Jedi, keeping me humble. Kevin's playing Valorant. Is that what you're playing,
Valorant.
Kevin?
Did you say Valorant?
Yeah,
that's way
private.
too much.
That's a private.
Valorant.
That's a private chat.
Yeah,
that's the private chat. I know.
That's a private chat.
Wrong chat, everybody.
That's so funny.
I'm supposed to read that.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Ian called you out in that chat.
Inspector.
Sorry, yeah. So Janie, Janie is part of my team. She is fantastic. A lot of times I'll say, hey, talk with Janie. She's awesome. Janie says, hire your own inspector. My client is buying a brand new condo, of course. She's getting her own inspection. See? So Janie knows what's up. She's the best.
Yeah.
Shout out, Janie. Has anyone noticed a decrease in builder quality due to recent events? I'm typing this in my bathroom.
Thank you for sharing.
My owner in there with you?
I think that's relevant.
Yeah. The answer, I want to hear your answers. Who thinks builder quality has gone down?
I honestly have not seen the builder, the quality per se or the craftsmanship, depending on the builder, right? Like, just like Ian said, you can't compare a Dries And
DR Horton.
well, you know what? DR Horton has some more upscale product actually, but yeah, let's just put it that way. Or KB, you just can't compare those two builders. But in my experience, I have not yet seen any decrease in builder quality. A lot of builder greed. I've seen that increased.
Yeah, builder greed, absolutely. Kevin, Ian, I want to hear you. Or actually, Kevin, I don't want to hear from you. I want to hear from your mullet. Kevin's mullet. Are you seeing a reduction in quality?
No, I'm not seeing a reduction in quality, but I think that, I'm surprised that I don't, because I almost feel like the builders are kind of taking advantage of the fact that they can do whatever they want. I mean, sellers and listing agents are kind of doing the same thing too. If you want to be honest, they're actually, I think the perpetrators for that side of it are more the resale listing agents and sellers. Not saying all of them. I'm saying more often than not, I'm seeing sloppiness. I'm seeing, cell phone pictures. I'm seeing no care, no disclosures filled out before, the houses aren't clean. Like I literally I saw pictures of the most disturbing things listed on MLS now. Like people just aren't even, they just like, whatever, my house is going to sell for whatever anyway. So I'm not even going to do any of this work. I think the builders are doing a good job.
Yeah, but you're talking about builders or you're talking about just sellers?
No, I'm talking about sellers. I'm saying I think the builders are doing a fine job keeping their quality because they want to keep their reputation for us, the realtors, because they're not always going to be in this, fish in a barrel situation. Eventually they're going to need us. So they need to make sure that they tread lightly in these situations where it's easy for them to sell and not alienate us or alienate the people that are buying these homes and get a bad reputation. This is their time to shine.
That's true. But then you have Lennar, who's cutting agent commissions, right? Yeah. You have Century Homes, which is like a custom builder that slashed agent commissions. So, I mean, here's the deal. What's frustrating about that is I'm still gonna take people to Lennar, right? But knowing I'm gonna make less still doesn't feel good. The fact that we have to spend extra time, and then I just closed a Lennar yesterday, and talk about build quality lacking. I wouldn't say the build quality was lacking. The job was so rushed to try to make that deadline because we just had Snowmageddon, right now, lumber shortages, all that stuff. So I see things not done completely because they're being rushed, not necessarily because builders like, F it, we're going to make this money. They got the gold chain like Ian showed in that picture earlier. So, but yeah, I've seen a lot of listings list with, just like Kevin said, they look like crap, and it sells for $150,000 over list price.
The thing with specifically Lennar, here's what really grinds my gears. When you go into Lennar and everything around is advertising our competitors as realtors. They're like, something, Opendoor, try to sell your home through us. And I'm like, I'm standing right here with my client. For real? That's not cool. That's the first thing. So, and then let me take a step back. So this is insider information because I have a lot of relationships with a lot of builders, and this is across the board mostly. What you're seeing is a higher turnover rate because now you have a lot of builders that are so far so packed where they can't sell something for a year, 2 years, Treviso years. Like they can't plan on that. And so these agents, these sales consultants, they're not making a salary. A lot of them are making a commission. And so they're like, well, I got to go somewhere and make a living for my family. So they're losing people left and right. And they try to keep that out of the limelight. But that affects something. Shoot. And you brought up Century. I'm going to tell you, I'm mad at them right now. They would not answer the phone. I've called them the last 3 days, multiple times a day, text them, everything. And it goes straight to voicemail. It's like half a ring and then it goes to voicemail. So they're screening me. And then it just, they say they'll call you back. They won't call you back. Everything is sold out. Some of these builders aren't even answering the phone. They're like, hey guys, we're completely sold out. If you're interested, send us an email. We'll put you on the interest list. We're not writing any checks. We're not taking any we're not doing any of it.
Okay, yeah, I actually agree with you. That's the part that's irritating me right now, is that they're still marketing the plans as if they're available and getting people that, I mean, do you realize the last 2 weeks I've had people send me homes in Treviso?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, this is gorgeous. Can we get this home? I'm like, I don't even know why they keep putting this stuff out there. And I talked to a couple of the builders and I was like, listen, can you please stop acting like you have homes available for these people? But no, they're just, all they're doing is generating interest lists for marketing purposes at this point.
Yeah. I have a client that's building with Pulte in Calaterra. And he sent me this thing. He's like, can you believe this house? His closing around 500K. This house is listed at 419. I'm like, bro, that house doesn't even exist. That's just trying to put people in their interest list and gain, whatever. I want to answer this question real quick because I love Master Jedi. Always bringing thoughtful comments. Buffington is a builder, fine builder. There you go. Looking at some of those questions, SoCal for the money and lifestyle. How many of you hear from people moving from California, SoCal included, that they're moving to get out of California for the lifestyle and being in Austin?
That's a good question.
I have
several, right?
Clients. Most of my clients from Cali are from San Francisco. A number of reasons. One of them, my best friend is from San Francisco, so she sent me some clients. And also, those clients have sent me more clients from San Fran. And what I hear, for the most part, is just that they are looking for an upgrade on their quality of life in general. So they're telling me, hey, we have really good jobs. We make over 6 figures. A lot of them are in fantastic positions. They have master's degrees, and yet they can't own a home in San Francisco, or it's a really old home, and then they're like, everything is so expensive, like eating, going out, anything, entertainment, and then adding insult to injury, they get out and try to have a good time, and they're like, well, I just stepped on some poo, and the other foot steps on a needle. it's and I understand, like they said, my quality of life has gone down so much that they told me San Francisco is not San Francisco anymore. So they're coming here to have a better quality of life in general.
So that goes to my point about this gentleman that I was going back and forth with on my comment section, is that people don't move to Austin to be back in the center of Austin. They move to Austin to buy a home and live in a home. So I hate when people try to think they're so smart about Austin when they don't realize why people are moving to Austin. But then they think people like you and I, we just don't like taxes. And then I get called like political names because I say taxes are hurting affordability. But then it's like, oh, it's because you're this. That has nothing to do with it. I see people struggling, and I don't like people struggling. Like, I don't know. All right. So Anthony's moving to H-Town for a job. Anthony, we'll see you soon.
From H-Town for a job.
From H-Town. Yeah, moving from H-Town for a job to Austin.
Welcome, Anthony.
Yeah, welcome. In Seattle to move to Austin. But David, why are you moving to Austin? That's the question. All right. Big Mama. I love Big Mama. She always writes such good questions. What are your thoughts on appreciation in luxury developments like Vintage Oaks? Will appreciation be equal to standard 300K homes? Ooh, such a good question. Oh, such a good question. I got a great response for this. Marisol, luxury, go.
Luxury developments. I would say it really depends. Right now everything is doing well, so I'm reluctant to say yes, or they'll do just as good as the $300,000 homes, just like she asked. I'd say it has to be a case by case basis. Yeah. And for the most part, what I see is people do prefer to have a single family home still, like above anything else.
Yeah. I would say for the luxury market has been so competitive. I just put a client under contract on a $4.7 million home. Let that sink in for a second. $4.7 million home. To find that home was so incredibly tough. So we have the Austin luxury market, which is kind of like it's not on the MLS, kind of all off market stuff. I scoured that stuff, called agents. It was so incredibly hard just to find a property in the luxury market in around $5 million. We're talking Elon just bought that place for $30 million, but how many $30 million places are there for somebody like Elon? How many $1 million properties are there? I have a lot of clients in the 1 to 1.5 range, and there is very little inventory. So to answer this question, Big Mama, yes, they are going to appreciate at or about. And think about that too. If people are offering $50,000 to $100,000 over in that market, what are they offering over in the luxury market when there's very little inventory? They can go $500,000 more. They'll go $500,000 more. So yes, I think it is going to be pretty equal. Another one saying Houston and moving to Austin for work. Moving from El Paso. Welcome from El Paso. My wife is from El Paso, and her parents, who are here with us, are also from El Paso. So hello. We live in San Jose now. Moving from Austin later this year. Job relocation. So my question, Eminem, to you is, if you're moving for a job here, and for all of you, why is it that you would take a job in Austin? That's a good question.
Mm-hmm.
I think. All right. From California, for work, building a custom home, and to bail out. I agree.
Ball out, man.
Well, you're right. And photo nerd, who has been a long time subscriber of my channel, says, luckily Ian was able to help me get locked into a place in December. Otherwise, I would be screwed. Thanks, Ian. You demand. Look at that. Shout out to Ian.
Ooh.
Yep. See, yeah, Ian, you are the man. Pretty soon, Marisol, somebody's gonna be like, "Oh, Marisol, help me find this like $8 million house in the lake."
Put the shout out.
We'll put you in the shout out.
Hey, speaking of Jeremy, when you touched on that luxury buyer that you have, I have a couple of clients too. And this particular client who's been looking for more than a year, they have a budget, a soft $2 million budget, and they want a waterfront. And I have not been able to find them something that they like. And I'm like, the stuff that is waterfront that you like is like 3.5. I mean, it's crazy.
Well, how much are they looking for waterfront? What? I'm sorry, I missed where you said price point.
Soft $2 million.
$2 million. Soft $2 million. Maybe
good luck.
Well, hold on. They can get waterfront. They just can't get it on Lake Travis.
Or Lake Austin.
Lake Austin. Sorry.
I've looked in several lakes, but anyway, we'll talk about this later. Yeah, help me out.
That's a good point. We showed to that same client, what was it, 4.9, and it was on an island. I put it on my Instagram channel. The place was sick, just an unbelievable place, but listed at 4.9 and needed a full remodel at 4.9 on the water. To get your boat out, they were gonna have to dredge the little ravine to get boats out. So ridiculous.
The other thing, can I mention that luxury thing? Oh, you do that. You talk about that.
No, hold on. For sale by owners, you've missed out. I want you to know, I've noticed you've missed out on a few live streams, but welcome back. We're glad to see you again, and thank you so much for this sticker. So, Ian, hit it up, man. Go for it.
So the thing about when you're looking at any price point home, the question is it a percentage over list price? Because right now everybody's using these static numbers. I got a 50,000 over asking, 100,000 over asking. That's not what matters. What matters is
percentage.
Is it a consistent 15% over asking, or is it a consistent 30% over asking? And it depends on a lot of factors. I would say as you climb, it could be slightly lower, but it is still over asking by a large percentage.
Yeah.
So if it's a $2 million house, but it's 15% over asking, that's not $100,000, right?
Would you say a 10 to 20% range that's what I'm seeing so far, depending on the area, the property, the desirability.
I've seen
like 10 to 20.
I've seen 10 to 35%.
35?
35%.
I don't want to see it.
I know. Well, and if you look at Austin proper, there's so many factors in here. If you look at builds, So some of these builders, they're putting prices out there, and their prices, these houses have been on the market since June of last year because they were building them. And they're on the MLS, and it is skewing everybody's numbers and everybody's comps. So when those finally sell, they're selling them for way more than what they had them listed at. It's incredible. That's why builders shouldn't be playing around on the MLS.
Well, here's one thing that the point I keep hounding to people too, because this is the question that we all get. Should I buy now or should I wait? And what you just said makes a ton of sense, because if you think about it, if that house that, like, just like I had a client under contract with Janie, thank you so much, Janie, for helping, 250 grand over list price. Now we've just set a comp for 250K over once that does close. So what happens when that hits the neighbor down the street goes, oh crap, that house just sold for that same exact house as mine just sold for 850. All right. So I'm going to put my house for 875. And then that goes for 100 grand over. The problem that we're going to run into, and for people who are saying, oh, I think I'm going to wait. And I'm not look, if you are not in the position to buy right now, don't buy. Please.
Don't stretch.
No one on this channel is trying to get you to buy a house now. We're just trying to educate you on what's going on in this market and what we see is happening in the future of this market. It's not you have to buy now. So please don't take what I'm about to say that way. But what I'm saying is that if comps still keep jumping up to that price, where do you start finding homes at 350? And think about that too. If you're buying a house that should have sold at 650, maybe it's listed at 6, should have sold at 650, maybe, but it offers up to 850. And you're now in the 850 market, but you're buying a $650,000 home, which would have been 2 months ago. So you buying in the 850 price point now are buying really what was a 600 home. So what you could have bought has now diminished, plus interest rates are rising and they're going to rise. They're not going to stop. So that is going to hamper you. And then on top of it, the dreaded property taxes, right? Marisol made a point earlier, and I love her for bringing that up, is that what happens this year when property taxes come out, and it's something I've been talking about on this channel religiously. So you buying at the end of the year could cost you a ton of money. And I have a client, I'll let everybody jump back in. I'm sorry for hogging this, but I have a client who has been waffling back and forth on properties. And I told him, every day you wait to write an offer, you are costing yourself more money. And now this person has a lot of money to put down on a property, but they're waffling back and forth. The more you waffle, the more it costs you more money. So either be in or be out. Stop waffling. That's my point. Kevin, you're back. Hello.
I made it.
Sorry.
Needed that sugar. That protein.
Yeah.
Apple time.
Oh.
Yeah. So Master Jedi back again. Master Jedi is going to keep putting comments out just so they can be in the next video. So thank you, Master Jedi. Y'all, I cannot even say that word. Interest rates and property taxes will put a lid on these skyrocketing. I agree, in 6 months. But you're also going to have comps that are now $250,000 more. Right. And then
the thing is, the property taxes in that particular neighborhood that shall not be named, the property taxes are already fixed, right? The tax rate is fixed. Sorry. The amount you pay in taxes will increase because of the amount of the price of the home. And there's another comment at 7:53 from Seattle Crime Girl. Zebra muscles. That's an important comment. We'll come back to that. The quality of life there isn't necessarily better. 7:53 from Seattle Crime Girl. I really wanted to get to this one because she brought up.
Oh, Seattle Crime Girl's been on a few times. Welcome back, Seattle Crime Girl. So I believe she moved to Georgetown, and in a previous videos, she's talked about how the schools, you pay a lot for the property taxes for schools in Georgetown, but the quality of schools aren't that great. I believe that's what she said. Maybe she can clarify for me, but go ahead.
It also depends on where in Georgetown. I know places in Georgetown where the tax rate is 1.8, and that rivals what you're paying in California for a $2 million house of the same size. So it's really, like you said, doing your research is absolutely going to change what what you're paying in these property taxes. So it is that, how did she say it? Where did it go? I lost it. Oh, it isn't necessarily better. That is a true statement. You do have to make sure that you adjust the affordability because of property taxes, because of your possible decrease in your income, possible, and then the utilities and other cost of living factors. So you have to do that math. And a lot of people, they're like, the house is 100,000 less than here, or 200,000 less. Of course it'll be great. You're right. That is not the right answer. That's why you need guidance. Whoever you is, right? That's why guidance helps.
And what you just said, M&M's moving here for 20% reduction in their yearly salary. So that's what she said.
Sure, but if you're now getting a pool, right, and a bigger house, and your utilities are going to go up, and then your tax rate is 3.2, well, you just shot yourself in the foot. No offense, not you, but whoever is doing that.
Yeah. So here's a crazy thing about I don't want to go off on the pool tangent. Marisol, are you wearing a cheetah shirt?
It's
that's why the RAR earlier. You didn't see that?
Oh, was that it? I missed the RAR.
I think it's a leopard.
And it's a leopard. The spots are different. I was just at the Fort Worth Zoo last week. Like a weirdo.
Jeremy, but get it right.
Cheetahs everywhere are rolling in their graves.
Yeah.
How dare you?
So Felicia, back again. I moved from Northern California 9 months ago and purchased in Jarrell. I think she was on one of the previous. Number one, hold on. For all the people that keep coming back week after week, thank you so much. Like seriously, y'all make this channel fun for us. We come back and do this because you make it fun. Felicia, thanks for coming back. I think she stated in the last video that she moved purposely from California, or she was talking about moving from Jarrell, but I purposely moved from California to Austin to be able to buy a home, and they moved to Jarrell. So, all right. Boom. And then she said something else funny. Look, she laughed at her own joke. No, wait, she didn't. I knew I'd get one by Felicia. Sorry, we went way back for that one. Jeremy, we need a crystal ball view for the future of pricing over the next 6 months. You know what? Master Jedi? You find my email, shoot me an email. Let's have lunch because I want to meet you. I think we need to sit and have a talk because you bring up a lot of really good points and I want to get your perspective. Or how about this? Let's bring Master Jedi.
I like where you're getting ready to go with this. I like it.
You like that? Should we bring Master Jedi on the channel? I think we should.
I think we should bring 2 people.
Yeah. So if
Master Jedi is Eileen.
Oh, wait. But why? But Master Jedi said that they're moving to Bastrop. So why would my wife be moving to Bastrop unless there's something?
And so the reason why I said 2 people is because it evens out the number.
She's throwing you softballs. That's why.
That's what it is. I doubt it. Somebody had said something about moving to either Austin or San Antonio. I believe it was Bill Gates who said that. Bill Gates. Can I mention maybe? Right, yeah. Can I mention New Braunfels to you? Because I got a new build under contract there for myself. I agree with you. Going back earlier, I cannot get an appointment. In Cedar Park, cashing out in 5 and then buying a ranch, hopefully. Ooh, I looked at land this week. I might buy like 90 acres. Anybody want to go hunting with me? I know Marisol does.
No, I honestly, I'm not the hunting or fishing.
Okay.
Not my cup of tea.
All right, let's get this back on track. Yes, your property taxes are insane in Williamson County, is what she said.
It depends on where. It depends on where.
What?
It's true. All right, so Master Jedi's in. Who else wants to be in? I want to bring somebody else on. I'm here for Ian. Don, get out of here. You're out. Don, out. You can't be here just for Ian. This is my channel.
Oh, I like that bike, Don.
Yeah, I do like that bike too. Hey, Don, here's the thing. If you move here and want to go, my favorite place to take potential clients or people that want to see what Austin is Cosmic Coffee. If you ever want to just go grab a Cosmic Coffee, let me know. I'll grab some tacos. We'll get a kombucha. We'll get a beer, whatever you want. Marisol, have you ever been to Cosmic Coffee?
No, but I heard you say
Kombucha.
that. Yo, that's the most disgusting.
All right. Okay, there we go, folks. That's the end of the show. Mary Soul's gone. She is off the channel for good now.
Sorry.
Her
Okay, my best friend likes kombucha. It smells like feet, first of all. And it tastes like vinegar. It's horrible.
Hold on, real quick. Mary Soul, can you put your drink up so we can see your drink? See, Mary Soul is drinking, so she might be a regular. If you think Mary Soul should be regular, definitely toss that down there.
Double fisting it. Look at that.
And the water.
Jay Miller's here's for Ian Hat. Nobody's here's for Kevin's mullet. Oh, interesting.
Ian gets so much love here.
He does, doesn't he?
They're just not announcing Kevin's mullet.
I'm here for
That's it. There are a lot of people that are here for Kevin's mullet. You know that.
I wonder if
keeps
John
covering
S.
it
is.
up. I don't know why.
Yeah,
I know. My
whole-
hair is a disaster tonight. You do not want to see it.
our whole logo is just going to be your mullet on top of Ian's hat and then my face. So that's our whole logo.
That's a good idea. Can we call out like merch ideas? That'd be really funny.
Oh yeah.
Like what does everybody think about t-shirts and stuff like that? Just get feedback. It's really funny.
So REALMigos.com has been purchased. We are working on logos. Kevin, who's working diligently over there playing, what game was it again?
Valorant.
Playing Valorant. He's working hard on a logo. Master Jedi says Ian's a heart of the channel, and Marisol still. There you go, Marisol. There you go.
Thank you.
Okay.
I finally get some love for whatever reason.
Hey, I found my merch.
I've got one.
Can I share?
Yeah. Do you share? I thought you weren't allowed to share your screens. I thought that was off.
I'm gonna pick application.
Okay.
Chrome tab.
I only moved to
there we
Austin
go.
after seeing Kevin's mullet. See, that's smart.
No. Wow. I didn't know the mullet was so famous. The last time I saw Kevin in person, he was wearing like a 3-piece suit.
That's right.
Like
Marisol,
I know he changes it up.
The requirements for
Austin
joining
you,
the show. But here's the deal, Marisol. If you want to join this show,
Yes.
requirements are starting off with a mullet. So if you want to shave down to a mullet, I mean, we might get you on this show quicker.
She can just pull back on the sides, though. Yeah.
Yeah. See, yeah, she can get away with it easier.
I went through that phase. That's why I'm wearing a hat. I just shaved it.
But you have very beautiful hair.
Thank you.
Ian does look. See, yeah, he's a little flat today, but
Never seen
it's because of the hat.
oh yeah. So the other day we saw, Kevin, Ian, and I had a taco. Oh, by the way,
Brisket.
Report back. How was Valentina's breakfast taco?
It was really good.
Phenomenal. It was good.
You know,
really good.
The brisket was amazing, right? But what sold me was like the over medium egg. I didn't expect that, and it blew my mind.
So what you're saying is I was right.
You're right.
Okay.
I'm joking and dying.
I'm gonna give you an
Are you gonna show my merch or what?
Oh yeah, do you have it ready?
Yeah.
I can't add that. We'll get demonetized if I add this.
Oh, seriously?
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
That's my merch.
Oh yes. Yes.
It's past 8:00, so we are now in the after hours show.
It's Smithy's mullet. How does this only have 4 stars? I mean, what do you expect in a mullet?
Because it didn't fit
Right?
someone's head. Or
Here's what it says. It wasn't long enough to ponytail. That would be a 1 star, right?
Yeah, it wasn't.
Didn't match
you
my
could definitely
Camaro.
point to that.
2 stars.
No.
It didn't
I'll
come
take
in
2.
multiple colors or something like that.
Yeah.
So shout out to Rob Trex. Rob reached out to me the other day and said, "Hey, we got some properties or some lots opening up in KB." I believe this is the same guy. And so I sent my friend Janie over there, and Janie brought over somebody right away, one of our clients, and went under contract or signed. So thanks, Rob. Appreciate you, man. And if you are a builder watching this channel and you're hating us for talking about what was that one that you really hated, Ian? It started with Castle.
Yeah. Well, that's
rock,
it. Just started with
rock.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, wait, I got everybody. Hold on, let me remove that. Get Kevin's mold out of here. So back on track. Robert, do you have any more lots available over at KB? And which neighborhood was that? That was Haven Oaks.
Haven Oaks.
No, Haven Oaks. It was in Haven Oaks. Do you have any more lots available? Because everybody in this channel, and hey, put what the average price for homes are over there, because that'd be great. You have to buy all the merch 20% over asking.
Pretty funny.
Yes.
That
was last month. That's 30%.
I was gonna say
that was
35%. Yeah.
Oh man.
Speaking of KB Home.
Freaking deal for a
Haven
month.
Oaks, yeah.
Speaking of KB Home, KB Home East Village is actually going to be taking orders, I think, starting in May.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm on their VIP list. I got an email last week, so that should be a good one. Their tax rate was low too, right? Their tax rate was, I think it was like 2.14. Wow. It was low. I was way lower than I expected.
That area is sick. I'm telling you, that's going to be the new hopping place. I'm telling you.
So Robert,
yeah, Village.
Robert, get with Janie and Ian ASAP, because I'm sure they have people that are going to call them today to help them buy a place in town.
Yeah.
Guys, can you recommend site? I don't know what site.
Yes.
You're looking for.
Just yes.
What site? Yes, sure. Yes.
Oh, the website for merch.
Oh, it's the website will be realmigos.com. I purchased it. It's ready to go. I got a developer in the mix of getting it going, and we'll have all of that stuff available shortly. So, oh wow, I thought Ian was bald. I did too for the longest time.
Me too. I'm sorry to say.
Yeah.
I thought
Man, I get no love on my own channel. The only thing I came here for is Kevin's mullet in Seattle was the notorious Squatch. Dang, I get no love, man. I get no love. Look at this. Kevin's mullet has its own Instagram.
Great idea. It has an OnlyFans too.
Fans only.
Fansly.
That's right. Fansly. Gosh,
Fansly.
OnlyFans.
Show name Ian and the other people. Okay. You know what, Master Jedi? Now you're canceled. You're canceled for my own channel. No more shout outs for you, my friend. Again, moved here for and Ian. Guys, you know what? I'm just gonna log out. Y'all talk to Ian, Kevin, and Marcel. Ian's hat is trending on Twitter.
It needs to be. God. I put out a raffle, or not a raffle, a bid, a contest to see if anybody could find my other. The hat that started it all, the one that's on my business cards and everything. Let me switch to it. This is important. It's starting to fall apart, right? So if anybody can find this hat, and when I said earlier that I went to all these different haberdasheries and stuff, I wasn't kidding. Turns out they don't make anything. They order it all from other countries. I'm like, seriously. So if anybody knows anybody that can make this hat, I will pay them handsomely, but I'm not mailing it to you. But I will pay you very well. And I'm talking multiple hundreds, close to thousands of dollars.
You need to be talking
out there.
to Irish folks.
So Ethan says, Jeremy, I take a house in Haven Oaks. When can you get me one? All right, let's put it together. We'll get you on the line with Robert, and we'll get it done right now. Boom, done. Ian's hair looks like implants. No, I've seen Ian's hair up close. Not even close.
No,
the problem is it's all over the place.
Oh my gosh! See, Marisol, this
messy.
is.
I'm getting my haircut. I get my haircut every 2 weeks, right? So that's tomorrow. So I'll be fresh and clean.
So all right, so back on the real estate track. This is actually a.
I forgot about
this. Bourbon almost makes me cuss every live stream. So here we go. Oh, and it makes me burp too, apparently. Can you talk about leasebacks and dealing with them as a buyer? Marisol, welcome to the channel. You are up First crack.
That's a fantastic question, and I'd say I believe you can't do any longer than 90 days lease back, and I'd say take advantage of that as a buyer. Give it to your sellers for as long as they need, usually 30, 60 days. It's a good, it's a good way of making your offer a little bit more appealing. Me, as a buyer's agent, I always ask the listing agent, if it's not vacant, obviously, if the sellers need a lease back, and I make sure that I include that lease back on my offer, and it's free. And I tell my buyers, it's not going to cost you anything for the most part, because the month that you close and then the next month you're not going to pay a mortgage, so it's to your advantage. So just make sure that you get a deposit and that you have your terms outlined. Good idea. Give the lease back for free.
I'm seeing a lot of lease backs, like really long ones right now.
Yeah.
How long though? They can't be any longer than 90 days, right?
Unless you're doing cash. If you're doing cash.
Yeah, I saw one that said they wanted 90 days. So
I put an offer on a property that had a tenant in place, and being a realtor writing an offer on a property in this market and losing out in this market, it felt bad. So, so that's one thing to think about too. Like if you're an investor and you see a property pop up that has like a 6-month lease, you got to jump on that, because that's the best thing to jump on. That's why I jumped on that. We actually talked about that property in this live stream, but to Marisol's point, I think it's only 60 days for conventional financing. It used to be 90, but for some reason now I think it's 60. But if you can give that for free, like Marisol said, your payment, if you close on what month are we in? March. So if you close April 1st, your first month's payment isn't till to June, right? So give them the 60-day lease back. You'll win the house in a multiple offer situation, and every single person writing an offer is doing the same damn thing. Janie's on here. Janie, we had a client who was really upset about giving a lease back on a property, but that's how you win an offer. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's how you win an offer. And they were just concerned somebody staying in there, but in the contract, there's a holdover provision. So if they stay in that contract and that property after that day, that holdover dollar is pretty high. So they're required to pay that. Yeah. What do you guys think, Ian and Kevin, about leaseback? Should you do them?
Well, so I've got one that's closing tomorrow. That is, so instead of a leaseback, what happens is the acquisition, the person's purchasing the property, but then there is a standard lease, not a lease back because you're limited in time, but a standard lease that was created for an entire year.
Holy crap.
Fantastic. And we pre-negotiated the price point of the lease for the tenant. And so it worked out really, really well on all sides. So that adjusted price accounted for the overage or the potential gap for the appraisal. Everything flawless. Full year. Investor property, solid. You got to be creative with it.
Hey, they just said it from her bathroom.
If you put a towel rack in there and a picture, she needs a towel rack to the left and a picture of seashells above her shoulder. And she definitely looks like she's taking a number one. Sorry, Kevin. Leasebacks.
Yeah, leasebacks. I mean, I think it's good as a part of negotiation, of course. But if you're a buyer offering, just remember that if it's you're going to have to claim the income off of the lease if you are actually making them pay, right? So that's something to consider relative to the entire offer. So if you don't want to be taxed on that additional income, then consider that moving forward. So I guess it depends. Most people aren't even charging for the leases. It's just part of the negotiation process at this point, whether you're willing to give it to them for free while you're paying the mortgage or not.
Yeah. Also, I would also recommend making sure you still get a security deposit.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I don't know, for people that aren't familiar with leasebacks, you can do a leaseback, get a security deposit.
And make sure that you have a provision in there that says the home will be professionally cleaned once they move out.
Yep.
Professionally cleaned, and renter's insurance, because they didn't have renter's insurance before. It's huge.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, give the seller what they want, but also put in their stipulations to help you should they stay in too long, or should they, kill a cheetah in the living room.
The Jaguar.
I should be a comedian, I think. Y'all know our family waited with anticipation each week to watch WandaVision. I actually used to watch WandaVision. But after seeing your live streams, that Scarlet Witch has nothing on Ian's hat. What the? Okay, on you. I'm sorry. We are watching with popcorn in hand. So good. Awesome. There's been a question a few times, and I want to make sure we give the credit to Lucas. Lucas, hello. Thank you for coming to the channel. He was asking earlier about websites to use for searching for properties. So Zillow. No, I don't think he was trolling. He was asking an honest question.
He asked
the Zillow one I meant.
This question was a little trolling, I think.
That is. That's fine.
Yeah, that one's a little implants in your hair. No, I personally like Realtor.com or my personal website. I actually search my website every now and then. I would say for me, I didn't say what the website was. It's just my website. So see how it's shameless plug, but but I would say I would connect with a realtor who can set you up on a property search, right? Ian, Kevin, Marisol, myself, my beautiful wife, Janie, who's been trolling the comments. Love you, Janie. But I would hook up with an agent that can set you up on a property search, is my opinion, because you're getting real up-to-date information. And a lot of the stuff I see on Zillow is not correct. I will have, and maybe you guys can, or y'all, sorry, because, we have a female on here as well. So gotta be respectful. But maybe y'all can in Texas can vouch for this, but I'll have people send me a message. Why didn't you send me this property? I'm like, because it sold last month. It's not even available. Marisol, do you have that happen?
Oh, all the time. I have people that just refuse to use my portal, and they just love Zillow. They just love Zillow, and I've told them so many times. I'm like, Zillow is wrong, first of all. And somebody asked here, like, what do you think about Zillow and Sestimates? Sestimates are so far off for the most part.
Especially in this market.
Yes. And what people don't know is that you as an owner can personally go and put information about your property and make the value go up, just by saying I did this and I did that. So they're just not an accurate, estimate. And even, let's say on my side, you can click a button and it says, free and, automated home estimation. It's not that accurate because it's still a computer, and that's as smart and advanced as artificial intelligence is. You still have to go and see that property to assess the complete value after you see all the data that you have from the internet. So.
Yeah. I'm not saying this ironically. At the beginning of this stream, a client sent me a home on Zillow, and I pulled it up and it was pending. I go, is it pending? He's like, it doesn't show pending on Zillow. I'm like, I mean, I've had listings on Zillow that didn't syndicate for like 10 days.
Yeah.
So I don't
it didn't show up.
Yeah.
I was like, what do you mean it didn't?
Well, Zillow's changing a lot of stuff too. They constantly change the way that they're managing algorithms too, and leases and stuff like that.
There's so much information about Zillow that we can share. I'm just going to touch on a couple of them. One of them, Zillow doesn't account for things that we in the real estate industry called arm's length transactions. So if you're in a neighborhood and you do something, let's say either off market completely, or you know that this person sold a house to their brother and that's why the price is so much lower, so much different than normal. Zillow doesn't know that. There's no way for it to know that. So that's the first thing. The second thing is the syndication that Kevin had mentioned. There is going to be a lag time, plus with comps. Zillow doesn't know for a house that's a new build that was listed at $300,000 that the comps actually have it a pending house at $450,000. Like Zillow doesn't know that. And that's why you have your realtor go over that with you. And then I think the other big thing is you can use Zillow, but verify it with the MLS, because a lot of agents do not like that kind of platform. I'm one of those agents that I will not put any of my clients' sale prices, because this is a non-disclosure state. So I don't put the sales price of my homes on Zillow. So they don't actually know. And there's a whole thing now that they became a brokerage and all that, but I'm still not entering the information in their site. So they're already getting skewed data from me.
Yes.
And I have no shame in that. I'm like, no, we told you not to use it. You can use it. That's funny. So that's actually why I have my hat backwards. So I'm jumping ship. Why my hat was backwards. Whenever I'm writing, I have to turn it backwards or else I don't have a hat anymore. So that's important. But yeah, we can go to Treaty Oaks. I love Treaty Oaks. Beautiful.
So maybe this is something we try to do. Let's do a live stream from Treaty Oak, and anybody that's in town that wants to do a live stream from Treaty Oak. See, I come up with great look.
You're not going to get good internet at Treaty Oak.
Who cares?
Yeah, that's true.
It'd be fun. We'll just do like 2 hours of straight Instagram sessions, and follow me at Jeremy Knight TKG at ianofAustin. Kevin, I try to tag you right now in a post, and it would not go. So
which one is your tag? I've got tagging blocked.
Yeah, see, you tag block me, but we should just do like a full like setup. I know the people at Treaty Oak; they'll set us up. I have a bottle of Treaty Oak. They should have been the sponsor tonight, but they didn't pay. So what am I going to do?
Who'd you try to tag?
I tried to tag you.
My home in Austin?
No, your Fansly
Kevin.
page.
Yeah, the one where you're wearing that ripped shirt with all the holes in it.
So
yeah, that one.
Yeah.
At 8:42, Sean OSX, so apparently a fan of the Mac, I'm assuming, he said Redfin has been a good option for him.
Oh.
So here's the thing. With Redfin, they prioritize their listings.
Yeah.
So that's important for you to know. And a lot of people prioritize their listings, but they're really notorious for it. So if they listed the home, that's what you're going to see first. And here's another thing, and this is just for general knowledge for everybody. A lot of these sites are algorithmically driven. So when you say, why are you seeing this site versus why are you seeing it on Zillow or somewhere else, whatever site you're spending more time on is going to adjust what you're seeing. But with the MLS, you get exact information. When it's from an agent search, here's the exact information in the moment.
In real time, yeah.
In real time.
So
yeah, I agree. I didn't listen to a word you said. Sorry.
Yeah, that's fine.
This question hit me and I was like, see, Marisol, we have fun on this channel. Okay. Look, we have fun. So I want to see a show of hands of the 113 people that are still watching us into the almost third hour. Should Marisol be a continued part of this? This is an audition for her. So has she auditioned well? Secondly, I love this comment. Eric, I love this comment. Who gains from Texas being a non-disclosure state? It seems like the market would be more rational if there were price transparency. Imagine if the stock market was non-disclosure.
Oh, guess what though? The stock market is partially non-disclosure. Look up dark pools.
Go continue, Kevin. I want to hear.
No, dark pools are it's a secret in the stock market trading community that a ton of the transactions that happen in the stock market actually happen in dark pools, not on public exchanges. It's like the exchange is a place for us to publicly trade, but market makers trade there and they move the market. Like most of the market's traded by algorithm, but a lot of these trades, which is why these hedge funds have gotten into such trouble shorting stock, because they're shorting with each other, shorting the shares back and forth through dark pools behind closed doors. I mean, I know what you're getting at, but I understand it is different. I understand your point though. It would be better from this standpoint if all of us knew the market data. I totally agree.
So
it'd be better for who?
Kevin,
whose standpoint?
Well, okay. So here's the reality. Texas is a non-disclosure state for property tax purposes, right? That is why it's a non-disclosure state. So knowing what homes sell for, yes, realtors who pay for that MLS, who pay for the opportunity to be part of that, have access to what closed homes sold unless they sold off market. So keep that in mind. If the tax district had access to that, they would just raise the property values to whatever they could see home values were. Now, look, there's a difference between appraised value and market value. Completely different. So appraised value should always be less than market value. Market value is what somebody's willing to pay for a property. Appraised value is what they can tax you on. Assessed value, right? Assessed value. You're right. Your assessed value. But so here's the problem in Austin. The Austin Board of Realtors use CoreLogic to put our MLS out. And so what happens is TCAD, Travis County, bought our proprietary data so they could raise taxes as high as they want. And here's when I'm talking about, and I'm in the chats with my own people in my feed on my videos, and I'm saying, I don't believe that TCAD cares one lick about the people in this city. They care about raising property values and taxes as high as they can. Yep. Why else would they buy our proprietary data so they could continue to raise values? And here's why Maricel said it earlier in the stream. She said, wait till people see their taxes this year. And here's the reason why. And I said this over and over and over and over again. In 2019, we sued CoreLogic for giving out that. Part of the lawsuit was against TCAD for buying data that they should not have access to, which means that property values in 2020, they said it's all the Board of Realtors' fault. It's the Board of Realtors' fault why we can't raise property values and get money for schools, which is bullshit. Oh, I cussed on my own channel. There we go. It's out.
Jeremy.
So it's bullshit. That was the biggest bullshit I've ever heard, because they were using realtor data in order to raise value so high on people. And now what's going to happen in 2021? They're hearing 21%, 22%. They're hearing all these. They don't have access to all this data, but they will get access to it. They do have people have access to this data, which means that in 2021, we will see massive increases in property taxes. On top of that, Prop A and Prop B said, oh, it's only $300 for this tax. They didn't really tell you that Prop B was part of that. So that 300, if you were at a 300,000 valuation, was actually $400, not 300. But how many homes? Can anybody tell me how many homes are going to be assessed for $300,000 in Austin this year? Not very many. 3? Not very many. Because the median price.
Can I play devil's advocate though?
No, you can't. Get out of here, Kevin.
Fine, I'm leaving.
Go ahead, man.
Do you really think that the county doesn't know?
No. Appraisers, they're part of the MLS, sure.
Like, this is the part that I understand. Like, I just think that we're fooling ourselves by saying that Texas is a non-disclosure state. We don't have to. Well, it's just not just with home values. You don't have to tell people what you paid for anything, right? You just don't have to tell them. But I think that we're kidding ourselves if we think that the non-disclosure part of real estate is actually keeping that data different. You don't think that?
No, okay, I know they have access to our data. I know they have access, but I'm saying they were purposely purchasing it, which means that they are purposely trying to raise their taxes. So people are saying, oh, I believe our tax districts aren't purposely trying to raise taxes as high as they can. They are.
Of course they are. It's just the same reason we don't have affordable housing.
Yeah.
You blacked out during the affordable housing.
I know. I wanted to say something about that because, after buying some land and trying previously, and not in Austin, but after buying some land and trying to develop it, the reality is, I don't know how deep into this context I want to get, maybe for another time and another day, that,
or right now,
I think affordable housing is kind of a buzzword that benefits the people that are developing and making the laws. Like, I think they want to say that they're providing it, but they're doing that because people that they know are investing in these places and giving them an opportunity to get tax breaks to build affordable housing. I don't think it even exists. I mean, not for the reason that they want to provide a good service for people. The good land, the expensive land, is not going to be used for affordable housing.
Marisol, I want to get your intake.
on affordable housing?
No, just on the taxing thing. And I mean, in general, I just want to get your take in general. I want you to be part of this because, like Felicia says, bring on Marisol. So Marisol better come in hot right now.
No, she's actually correcting people because they're saying Marisol with an I instead of a Y. And I'm like,
but she's still,
thank you.
She's your biggest advocate right now. Felicia, tell us you're a big advocate for Marisol.
So it means 7 seconds. No, Jeremy, I think this is all on purpose, and the 2019 sort of fumble show that they are just trying to raise taxes as much as they can and charge people as much as they can, and there's like they need this. They have so much money. It's incredible. So it's what they're doing. They're going to do that. They're going to find out the data, even if they don't really rightfully have access to it. They're going to find out. So like I said, it's just a ticking time bomb. And when people get those assessments for 2021, it's going to be a very, very bad day for a lot of people.
What about as well? We just passed a $1.9 trillion stimulus package. And on top of that, we've been through the previous stimulus packages. We've been getting tax districts money from taxpayers to begin with. Mm-hmm. And so maybe somebody might have insight on this or want to talk about this. I'm just going to throw the question out there. So with the fact that we've seen stimulus packages give money back to failing cities or cities that, I shouldn't say failing cities, but cities that need the help. And then they're still raising property taxes and property values. Do you think it's right, one, or do you think that we will see, because I've been saying this for a long time, that we're going to see huge property tax increases this year? Do we still see those huge property tax increases this year, even though tax districts are getting money from the federal government?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes.
Yeah, it's not gonna change. When has somebody said, I'm going to give you extra money, and you were like, nah, don't do that?
Yeah, nope.
That doesn't happen. Yeah, there's so much. Yeah, I want to answer the question about why that zip code is so hot.
Oh, 4-5?
Master Jedi, welcome back to the channel. Yeah. I'm a big advocate. See, I told you, Felicia's a big advocate of Marisol being a part of this REALMigos team. See, yeah. I told you, I love it. And going way back, the Familia from El Paso is now in the house. So if you hear loud noises, they had margaritas tonight. I guarantee it. All right. What was the question about 78745? Why is this so hot? 78704 or 78745. Ooh, good question. Marisol, somebody. Yeah. I know the answer to this, but I want to hear from y'all.
Because it's where Valentina's is.
Go for it.
I'm just kidding.
78745.
Wrong, Ian. That's actually 78748. You're
48.
Oh, no. Oh, it is just past it. So I had more to say.
78745 it was a zip code that was getting the most, it was appreciating the most. So people were it was really, really hot for investors. People were, trying to get in there because it was appreciating so much. It was like the I'll say the new 78704, but it's very expensive to go there too. I mean, properties are going so much over asking on 78745. So That's my take on that.
So I look at it like a way to get close to SoCo, South Congress, but you still have, it seems like, a little more land at a lower price point, or similar land at a lower price point, but also the topography of that area. I know it's kind of crazy, but people buy views, and I love the way the hills wind as you're going through that area. I think that's important. And so we divide Austin north and south pretty much by the river. And so it's another one that's south of the river. So people that are into the culture of South Austin, this is a hot spot that has, like Marisol said, exploded in that regard.
I believe it was the zip code that was seeing the most appreciation last year.
Within the city. It makes sense.
So someone said something about the queen dying.
No, that's fake.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. I was like, no.
Because I watched that video on YouTube. There's like 4 videos about like what happens. Have you guys watched those on YouTube? Like what happens when the queen dies? They got like this whole scripted thing that like multiple times a year they all practice it. I know this doesn't nothing to do with real estate. I just think it's interesting.
I have no idea what that is.
Yeah, check it out. It's on YouTube about like.
Check it out. But Jeremy, I don't know if you missed it, but someone said Marisol is great. I just feel like I need to wash my hands after watching.
Like I don't know if you saw that, but I'm letting you know.
I swear.
Do you guys ever do that? Do you ever look at the topography maps? Am I the only nerd here?
No, I look at them sometimes. I like.
Jeremy, weren't you
What do
a
you
geo
mean?
major or something?
Jeremy lost his audio, huh? Are you muted?
Sorry, I muted because my dog's barking and people are running around in the background. So my degrees were actually geography and meteorology. The girl that's the weather girl in Austin, I was friends with, and she cheated off me in climatology. So, boom. So good for her. She cheated. Yeah, I looked over and she's looking at my paper. I'm like, weather girl. Who you know, I didn't know she was going to be the weather girl, but the girl that became the weather girl, I'm like, okay, she cheated off me. All right. Thanks for taking the question. If my realtor drops the ball, I will reach out. You know, the tough part about this, I think you need to give your realtor, and I think you need to give your realtor a little grace. Ask a few more questions, right? What are their plans for getting you under contract on a new build? What are their plans for getting you under contract if you're doing resale? I wouldn't just bail on your agent. They are probably working extremely hard. Mm-hmm. And so as somebody who's working very hard for their clients, I wouldn't necessarily bail on your client. I'm not saying you're going to, but I'm just saying for anybody that is working with an agent right now, don't bail on them to come work with one of us. Definitely give them a little bit of grace because they are definitely working their butts off.
And we are not asking for you to do that.
Yes, true. Very true. Ian, Dinosaur D finally joined, and Dinosaur D has an upgraded logo there. So hello, Dinosaur D. Welcome back. The soul, Ian, the soul of Austin is back. There you go. Ian, we should just call this Ian's channel.
The Ian show. The Ian and Friends show.
Nah, I don't want the
we should EAF, Ian and Friends.
You guys still here? Wow.
My hand starts with an I. You're messing with me.
I
shared something real quick.
No, I don't want to. No, I'm good. I'm just kidding.
All right. So this zip code on Google Maps, the thing that I want to show, look at how much green. That's also really, really important.
I don't understand what you're talking about. What do you mean so much green?
Contract?
So this is that zip code. It's lush with trees. You go everywhere else, you got buildings. And I'm not saying that's bad or good, but this is a certain type of culture, right? You have a lot of nature, you have a lot of hills, and you still have a lot of industry, and you still have good proximity to Mopac, to South Austin, to a lot of the parks, the Greenbelt, 290 and 71 if you need to get to SpaceX or to Tesla. You still have that vibe. And somebody had asked what's the difference between North and South. This is definitely a heart of South Austin.
I love 4-5. I've been saying it for years though, but then everybody just recently caught up on it. Plus, Ian's right. All the
4-5 is blown up. 4-5 is definitely blown up.
All the different sub neighborhoods of 77, 4-5 too. I mean, I'm going to take credit for Legend Oaks because I've been telling everyone for years that you need to be in Legend Oaks. I thought it was for a long time was one of the most undervalued subdivisions because people were like, Travis Country has been popular for a long time. Yeah.
And Circle C.
And Circle C. But Travis Country, which is, off Southwest Parkway, that has a lot of similar homes to what's in Western Oaks. In Western Oaks, you could get a home up until recently. Now it's gone insane, but you could get in 300, low 400s and get a nice 3 or 4 bedroom home. The way I describe it is it's always kind of like, been a good neighborhood where prices weren't like super depressed and then super good. They all kind of went along with the aging of the homes. So the people that stayed there were in there, and now they've become just dated homes. So they're ready for their first redo and cycle. They have larger lots. They were relatively affordable, and the location is insane. It's so easy to get on Mopac and get downtown. Arbor Trails is right there with a ton of shopping, Costco, Whole Foods, everything. I love that whole area. I love 78749. I love 78745, all parts of it. Plus 45 has other districts like, you've got Western Trails. You've got, I don't even know what they call it, Bannister, South Bannister area, which that place is even more expensive than 78704 now. Right?
Yeah. I think 77, you hit the nail on the head. Here's the deal, is that if you're looking at real estate in 78704, which is by far, we had that question earlier, you were talking about it, places to be, places or whatever downtown, 78704, if I could sell nothing but 78704, I would do it all day. I just helped the guy that invented autonomous driving vehicles in 04 buy a house there. Amazing place to live in 04. But here's the deal. As you start to creep down, you're creeping down and you're still not losing too much of a drive to downtown. Yes, everybody wants to be in 04, but now you're 10 minutes from 04, right? If you're in 4.5. And if you're in 4.9, you're still 10 minutes from 04. And then if you go down to 3.9, which is like Circle C area, now prices have jumped up. But Kevin, you're 100% right. Off that William Cannon area, I just had some lunch with somebody at Little Dottie's Burgers.
Mm-hmm.
Great Little Dottie's. In fact, we've had lunch at Little Dottie's.
Yeah, you and I did last summer.
Yeah, we did.
You were that somebody.
I was at I just had lunch with another somebody. It was not Marisol. So Marisol. Marisol, are you where are you in relation to Austin? Just so people know.
Where do I live?
I'm not asking for your address, but like what part of town are you in?
Okay, so backdrop. I lived in Southwest Austin.
She lives in a bathroom.
In the bathroom.
In a van down by the river.
Oh.
It's really just a tiny home.
I lived in Southwest Austin for many years, and then I moved to this bathroom, and this bathroom is located in Leander.
She's living in a van.
For some reason, I thought you were in down south like Kyle Buda, but okay.
No, I'm
okay.
north.
I'm going to go back up to this one right here. So speaking of, thank you for the insight, Jeremy, new agent here, still trying to find my legs. All right. So my email address is on my website. Shoot me an email. Let's chat. And if you are in Austin, first of all, shoot me an email and we'll see what we can do to help you out. Okay. Good night, guys. Looking for, and they're already gone. Look at that. I told them to give them a shout out. Say, come on. And they're gone. Any update on Dripping Springs? You know what? This is Kevin. This is going to be a question for you.
Yep, I'm ready.
So we had a live stream a week ago or a couple of weeks ago, and we were talking about the growth of Austin. It was that Boomtown video, and you said that Dripping Springs was behind the ball, and then we had that last. I did that video about the growth of Austin, and it stuck out in my brain a little bit when I was doing that video. And sorry, I'm going on, but
go for it. Go on.
But if you look at Kyle and Buda, I think they're the most underrated places to live. And I think, Dripping Springs is definitely hyped well. I've hyped it, I've been called a homer for Dripping Springs, but Kyle Buda are doing everything they can to embrace growth, and Dripping Springs hasn't. And that made me ponder on Dripping Springs as a place to live in the future. So what do you think as far as growth wise for Dripping Springs? You even said it. You said they're not doing what they should be doing in order to embrace the growth. What do you think the update for Dripping Springs should be? And what do you think Dripping Springs should be doing better from your opinion?
So if you don't know much about Dripping Springs, the city itself is only like less than 2,000 people, and it's very, very small. It's just a handful of streets. Very few houses actually belong to Dripping Springs itself. And most of the city, I don't know if it's up to now 40 or 50,000 people are on what we call the ETJ, the extraterritorial jurisdiction, or in that area, the MSA of Dripping Springs, I guess, if we're using those words. But they've preliminarily cut some, plans to have new subdivisions out there, but it's not the subdivisions that's the problem. It's the fact that the core infrastructure around Dripping Springs, the city, and if you're from the city of Dripping Springs and you're seeing this, I hope that it makes some change out there, because they need an urban plan that embraces growth and puts core infrastructure in there in a way that welcomes people in. Because what's going to happen to that city, I promise you this, is that same thing that happened to Austin. Austin did not embrace an infrastructure plan decades ago because they thought that if we don't do it, people won't want to move here, right? And look how that worked for them. And now you can't keep up with the infrastructure changes as people are constantly moving in. Well, Dripping Springs is in that same boat. There are 18 homes in Dripping Springs on active right now. 18 in a town of 50,000 people.
That's crazy.
18, and the prices are this: 450 is the cheapest, 550, 585, 675, 789, 799, 799, 799, all the way up to $5.9 million. So 18 homes.
So I'll give you a good example. I have a friend who is a big pain in the rear end and had been hounding me for a year to list his house. And this person was such a waste of time that I decided, look, no matter what, I'm not going to help them sell their house. Look, in this industry, sometimes you gotta take some losses, and sometimes you gotta just say, hey, look, I'm not going to help some people. And that's rough. Sometimes you gotta do it. They listed their house at $799 in Legacy Trails, and it sold for $925.
Yeah, I've got a client in Legacy Trail, and he just told me that. I was blown away.
$925. Now, I don't regret not taking that listing. Trust me, if I took that listing and I was right here, I'd be on phone calls because this person's such high maintenance. But like, can you believe that a house, like we're talking like things going over list price? They listed stupid high over what they should have at $799 and sold for $925. I
do have a listing coming up in Dripping Springs, by the way.
Well, PM me because I have like 7 buyers for Dripping Springs. So
4 acres.
Yeah.
Ooh, 4 acres.
Actually, if it's 4 acres, hit me up because
4 acres, Instagram quality, inside finishes.
Wow.
Can I bow hunt on the land? I mean, can Ian bow hunt on the land?
Actually, Hayes County doesn't have hunting restrictions on size of parcel. You know that.
Ooh, I like that.
Ooh.
Somebody asked about Elgin. We talked about Elgin. I came across a 200 wait list community. What's going on there? Good luck, even in Elgin. I mean, we're talking about this. Everything outside is just crazy.
Elgin's kind of popping, isn't it?
It's coming up.
I
should do a video on it.
There's a house in Elgin right now. This is frustrating because it's listed for 44 days for $150,000, and the price was just dropped. It's 900 square feet, but still, I think Elgin is one of those where, because Manor exploded the way it did, and, in Del Valley, Elgin still has that small town feel. And I think if you can get out there and you're okay with, kind of like with Dripping Springs, where the infrastructure just isn't there and you have time, it's solid. I think it could be a solid opportunity at a much lower price. What you got to be careful with is the taxes. So like this house that I pulled up, one of the 10 that are active, 3.1 tax rate.
I thought you were pulling up on your screen. I was gonna add that to the stream. Come on, man.
Sure, let me pull it up.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Unless you're on Kevin's fans only. Marisol, go.
No, I got it up.
Whoa, careful.
What's it?
Careful what you say in this
So this
channel.
is in the MLS. Price was reduced. So the other thing, somebody mentioned like why use Zillow or this or that. The MLS is ugly. It is an ugly website, but the data is good. So anyway, I'm bringing it up because this house, right? You pay $400,000 for this in Austin.
Yeah.
1960 redone home.
Hey,
Can you do what?
Ian, send me over a cash offer on that one. All right.
All right. 3.1 tax rate. No HOA, so that's great, but 3.1 tax rate.
As a quick refresher, I'm not buying any more homes in Austin. So that video is coming out soon. All right. Get your screen off there. We don't want to see your $150,000 listing. All right. Marisol, you're about to say something very smart. I want to hear it. Go for it.
What I was saying. Oh, yeah. I was saying that Dripping Springs has, a lot of charm. And just like Kevin said, that, the city's not ready for the growth, but they have a lot of things going for them. Like the school district is amazing. And they have some beautiful, beautiful communities out there. So hopefully they'll get with the times.
Yeah, but don't ask somebody that lives after being on Dripping Springs Neighbors page on Facebook for a minute and excusing myself, not because I didn't like it, because I excuse myself from Facebook generally. People in Dripping Springs don't consider Belterra Dripping Springs, but Belterra is an Austin address. Dripping Springs Schools, that's Belterra Village. So, I mean, that's why I think they're almost two different areas, really. Dripping Springs itself has one culture, and then some of the subdivisions I think have other cultures.
And Belterra people think they are Dripping Springs, though.
Yes, exactly right.
And then again, they do have those amazing Dripping Springs schools, and they have the very best elementary out there in Belterra, which is Dripping Springs ISD. So I love Belterra personally. I think it's a struggle to get a house there, especially right now with those multiple offers. So
yeah, the median price of active listings in Dripping Springs right now is $825,000. By the way,
it's crazy. Yeah. Here's a quick little story. So we had an issue with a neighbor, and we were considering moving from Circle C to Dripping Springs. We actually found a property. It was a beautiful, beautiful house built by Highland. It was my favorite builders. Listed at a very reasonable price. You like Highland too? All right, cool.
I love Highland.
Highland's my favorite builder. All right, Marisol, you're getting higher. Like your rating is coming onto this channel as a regular is getting higher.
From a 5 to a 6.5.
Yeah. Now you're at like a 7.1. So we're getting closer. Here's a crazy story. So we're having issues because we were trying to build a pool. Our neighbors were having issues with us building a pool. Long story short, we considered moving. So we went to write a contract on this property, priced well. We wrote a contract before all the craziness happened, $25,000 lower than list price in High Point. Then we backed out because we found out, Then we found out that we could build this pool. The landowner who owned the land behind of us said, you know what? That neighbor's a pain. Don't worry about them. I got your back. So I said, okay, fine. We're going to stay in Circle C. We had a client buy that house. A client came into town and said, hey, we want to buy in this area. I'm like, oh, well, we just saw this great home. Talk about doing a final walk and just your heart ripping out of your chest because you're like, you're doing a final walk in a home you almost purchased, seeing it fully complete. It was heartbreaking. And then every client that came into town after that, we were like, oh, there's a great neighborhood. And we'd show them a lot and they'd buy a lot. And we say, this lot is my favorite lot. And then another client would buy. We have 7 people under contract. Well, that's not that many. 1, 2. We have 5 people under contract or have closed on one street in that neighborhood because we love that area so much. So I'm stuck in Circle C.
High Point is beautiful.
High Point, beautiful.
It's just beautiful.
But you can't do that. You can't do that now.
And then Highland and High Point has such beautiful finishes, just like Perry. But they're just stunning out there. I agree.
I will pre-sell a house coming up in High Point for one of my clients that'll be finished later this summer. I actually think he would take a contract right now.
Like I said, I have clients up to 1.3 million looking in that area. So
I'll call him right now. We'll do this deal right now, right here.
I have myself, potentially myself and clients from 6, 7, 8, and up to 1.3 million.
I'm gonna put you guys on mute, and I'm gonna call him right now.
Yeah, I have 4 buyers easily that would buy there right now. So, Mark, to answer your question, no, I'm not drinking coffee. In fact, I had to ask my wife to get me ice because she's finally back from getting dinner with the fam. So here we go. Marisol,
Can you tell us
with
about
the,
that?
is it a cheetah? Wait, what did we say? Cheetah or leopard shirt?
The leopard.
Leopard shirt. Okay. The leopard killer. So we have the benevolent beret, the magic mullet, and leopard killer. Marisol, can you tell us about Leander and how, and now that you live there, and have a closer look? Oh, okay. Just
Absolutely. So me coming from Southwest Austin, it was, I almost like, fought to not move here because I thought it's way too far, it's way out of the way. But then again, I drive everywhere for my clients. So I finally caved in and I came here. And I have to tell you, I really love Leander. It's a great place. It's a lot more tranquil than a lot of, other, parts of Austin, like proper. We have the toll, which gets me from, pretty much the border of North Austin to my house in 8 minutes. Super fast. I love my home. I love my neighborhood. I got more home for my money than I would have had, in Austin. And, that's all I can say.
Hold on. You got more money for your home, but when was that?
2 years ago.
See, exactly. So that's the problem, is that everybody got more for their money 2 years ago, right? I bought my house in Circle C. I got more for my money 2 years ago. A house, like we were talking earlier, a house that is smaller than mine, listed at 685 and is under contract probably at 850. Smaller than mine, not backing in Greenbelt, no pool. So if anybody wants to buy a $2 million home in Circle C, I got a listing coming up because I'm just going to list it crazy. Why not? All right. Marisol, sorry to cut you off. I appreciate you. That's what happens on this channel. I get excited. I cut people off. It's just what happens. All right. Welcome to the channel. All right.
Your sponsor.
What was that?
I'm sure it has a lot to do with your sponsor.
Yeah, my wife's my sponsor. She's in the room.
Lack of sponsor.
Lack of sponsor.
You said you had a sponsor. What's the name of the sponsor?
No, he's faking it.
Oh, yeah. No.
He's faking it.
The new sponsor, Noble Oak. Yes, they are. That's sponsor. Sorry, I thought you meant my. I thought you meant my 12-step stomp sponsor. Okay. I like the lot size in Dripping Springs. Will I regret buying in Dripping Springs? No.
I regret that I didn't buy in
I'll answer the question. Yes, you will regret you didn't buy in Dripping Springs. How about that?
Yeah.
Me? No, I'm still here.
Versus where?
Love your show, Jeremy. What happened?
I want to know, she's like, will I regret not buying in Dripping as opposed to, where did she buy?
Oh, yeah.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Oh, yeah.
Spill the beans.
I think spill the beans. Where did you buy? I regret buying in Circle C versus buying when I could have. But hindsight's 2020, when I could have bought in Dripping Springs. Look,
yeah, but
we all know this. Schools are different.
Yeah. Schools are different, but
here's some
lot sizes
are
neighborhood specific.
Bigger, yeah. Well, it depends. So the property that, the property we were going to buy had a gigantic lot. I regret it. I regret it. Anyway, continue. Oh man, cute pup, really cute. He ran off, but yes, I posted him on Instagram today. That dog. So we're at the condo right now, and that dog likes to sit outside and watch all the cars go by, the pretty girls go by, and all the girls are like, "Oh, that dog's so cute." I'm like, "I'm married. My wife's beautiful." Stop it.
Talking to you.
Yeah. Wonderful patience for more than 2 hours. It gave us great impression of Austin people. Great advice about Dripping Springs. Please advise on Treviso.
Oh my goodness!
Is this a joke? Is this a joke about Treviso?
I don't think so.
It's gotta be.
Send me
good
over
potential
Treviso questions by email, please.
In Treviso, Eminem, did you really buy in Treviso? Answer that question. Are you under contract? Or are you trying to buy in Treviso? Treviso, I think, is the biggest joke because she's got to be pulling my chain.
Okay, so if she's asking, will I regret to buy, buying in Treviso as opposed to not buying in Dripping? I'd hate to say yes.
You think so? Oh, I think
you would rather buy in Treviso than Dripping Springs?
No. That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
I'm asking her question. She said, will I regret not buying
She said, will I regret not buying in Dripping Springs? That's what she said.
Hold up.
Yeah.
You can sell almost any house in Treviso today for $1 million or more.
No, not almost any house.
I mean, not the super small one, but like a lot of these houses are going for a lot because people can't get in Treviso. That's the joke. People can't get there. So if you want to get there and she's got a house to sell, that's incredible. You can get more houses in Dripping Springs. It's hard everywhere, but Treviso, it is a joke how hard it is to get into there.
For sure. For sure. It's a joke.
Builders, seriously, 3 years and you can come back and ask us.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
Yeah. I love Crystal Falls, by the way. Crystal Falls for me is way my clients.
It's pretty.
Are you Marisol? Did you like Google me and figure out the areas that I like most? Like, are you trying to get on my good graces here? Are you really trying to get on this show?
Earning those points.
I'm trying to be here. So no, I really have had several clients, and we looked at Treviso, and I'm like, if you like, let me show you Crystal Falls. You're gonna get better schools. It's nicer.
Yes.
Let's not talk about Mesa. Like, it is gorgeous.
Yeah, Grand Mesa
out there. Okay?
Gorgeous.
Like Grand Mesa, it is stunning. Way better than Treviso. So that's what I have to say about it. I'm done. I'm over Treviso.
Yeah, Marisol is like a predator in a cheetah outfit. She's trying to get me. All right, Treviso has drug busts. Come on, that's gonna be
best drugs.
Treviso has the best drugs, better than Dripping Springs. Damn, you guys feel like wait. I can't read now.
Feel like I
damn.
Forever, nothing new for us.
Okay, so why is Treviso so in demand? You know why Treviso is so in demand is because they do so much advertising, right? They have a website, a great website. So people see the website, they come in like, oh, I can buy properties. They're all over Realtor.com, they're all over Zillow, but they have nothing available. And Robert's been to the Treviso pool parties. The cops come, they break it up. It's crazy. I'm just kidding. I don't know anything about Treviso pool parties, but I could just see Robert. Tigers, leopards.
I have something to say about Treviso too. This is one thing that I truly believe, goes into like how hyped Treviso is. The main entrance of Treviso, when you're driving and you're getting into Treviso and you see that big sign and that grand entrance, it makes people feel something. And I have gotten clients that have bought properties because they think the neighborhood is really like, high class. It makes them feel special inside. And that's something that Treviso has done very, very well. So that's, and it seems so superficial. And I don't think it really is, but it makes it, it's a huge factor. That grand entrance, the advertising, how manicured it is, to me, is like the rough hollow of the North.
Yeah.
The Hollows are my new favorite neighborhood.
Rough Hollow?
No, not Rough Hollow. The Hollows. The Rough Hollow.
Oh, the Hollows. Okay, so Rough Hollow is on my list of places not to move, but it's a beautiful area. We are writing a contract for Treviso new home. Is it our luck or skip it? Gotta be a troll job. Wait,
no.
They could have been on the list a long time ago.
It's got to be a troll job, because if that is your question, the answer is yes. Write that down and take it as quick as you can, unless it's Taylor Morrison. Did I just say that out loud?
So I think that's another part of it is like you said, Jeremy, that they do a good job advertising, but also the builders that are out there, they only build in, certain locations. And so I'll give an example. Toll Brothers, it's a beautiful home. And if you not just drive by Treviso, but if you drive into it, the sweeping hills, that is such a draw for people, right? Just the topography of the land, the magnificence and the prestige of the entrance and the homes as you're driving through the front gate. And then you get to like the real stuff. So you just have a lot of variety and some higher end builders there. And it's a really pretty spot. It's a really pretty spot. I've brought people to, let's say, Santa Rita Ranch and Rancho Siena thinking, oh, they'll like this, from California, from like mountains, right? Mountainous areas. We go to these other places and they're like, not what I'm looking for. We go to Treviso and they're like, now this is what I'm talking about. And I'm thinking, okay, well,
Yeah.
all right. Just the look, the aesthetics, the pride of ownership. All of those things are factors.
You could say that, and you'd say the topography is beautiful, and it is. I agree. That's something that Rob Hollow has going for itself, and the Hollows, like I said, the Hollows is beautiful, beautiful.
The bubbling one division. I like that, Rob. Jeremy, there's nothing.
Jeremy, we lost you again.
Nothing.
You know why? It's because I keep having to push mute because Mark keeps coming in. My father-in-law, he's over here drinking margaritas, almost passed out. My son, Brayden, come over here. Come over here. You gotta show people your shirt. Show people your shirt. This shirt is totally not true. It's a sloth shirt showing that he's only slow at night. Yep, see, slow motion, see?
Slow in the morning.
Slow in the morning. Yeah. All right. Thank you, son. How was dinner? Good. Okay. So the Treviso, back to the bubble of Treviso. Robert, you're going to get a lot of clients because people are going to be buying KB over there in Leander now. All right. Where were we at? Lago Vista. Did somebody ask me about Lago Vista? So on my last video, I said, oh, shoot. No, it's not out yet. Ooh, I have a video coming out next week, and I tease Lago Vista. So we are not, Troy, you're going to have to watch my next week's video about teasing Lago Vista. So we're not answering the questions about Lago Vista tonight. It's off. Marisol, don't you? Okay, go ahead, Marisol. Go ahead.
No, I said Lago is nice. I said Lago is nice.
Lago's terrible? Is that what you just said?
No,
Don't move to Lago?
nice.
Marisol, you're so mean. You might not, you might not make it. You might not make it.
I think it's just like Treviso. I think they're getting a little landlocked. I actually shared. So there are 2 active homes in Treviso right now that someone can buy. One is 956.9 plus 15 or more %. And then the other one is 1.35. I don't know what you're laughing at.
I have no idea.
My father-in-law, he's got a.
Oh, okay. I was like,
he's standing by the camera. Look at, he's like, oh, here you go. You want me? You want? I'll turn the camera around, Mark. I will turn the camera around. Oh my gosh, things are getting crazy on my side. Sorry.
You need to go, Jeremy.
Yeah, continue. Did we lose Marisol?
Oh, we lost her.
Yeah, Marisol, come back. Marisol, come back. Boo to boo. You can blame it all on Ian. Marisol, come back. Ian just nailed it. Northern California transplants are looking for trees in nature. Bastrop. Boom. Master Jedi, I think you should get on with the Board of Commerce over there in Bastrop and just make some money off of all your plugs for Bastrop. Oh, wait, I missed this one. Has anyone mentioned Sunfield? Yes, Connor, let me explain to you about Sunfield. Sunfield, really cool lazy river. Sunfield, okay.
Really cool lazy river.
Sunfield, stupid high property taxes.
Yeah. And
Sunfield,
cool lazy river.
A place you'll buy and try to leave in a year. Sunfield, there you go. I've done lots of videos on Sunfield. The problem with Sunfield is, again, the property tax are 3.17, stupid high. I can't. Hey, Ian, do you want to message Marisol and see where she went?
Yeah, I'll text her.
Okay, because she brought up a great point about Crystal Falls, and I think Crystal Falls is a huge. Like, I would buy 100% of the time in Crystal Falls over Treviso. That's just me personally. And I would definitely buy in Dripping Springs over Treviso in a heartbeat. I've been accused of being a homer for Dripping Springs. Kevin, what's going on, man? Are you playing? What's that video game you're playing over there?
Valorant.
Valorant. Yeah.
The mobile version.
No.
Why don't you read
He's
this
actually
comment?
trying to
Answer?
get that house,
still.
that listing done.
I'm trying to do all that stuff. He's going to call me actually in an hour, he said, and chat with me.
I have
about
clients, including my wife. So,
it.
how are high? Okay, Lucas, great question. Hold on, let me swing this back. All right, so Lucas, great question. Thanks for sticking around. So, how are the prices in Buda? This is insane to me because Buda Kyle is where I would, if somebody said, "Hey, I want to be between 400 and 500. I want a decent space, and I want to be in a nice community," I'd say, "Oh, Buda, great, we can do that. We can get you a place at 375." The challenge is, in a video I'm putting out this Sunday, we're going to talk about prices for every single suburb. So Buda is on there. So if you're following my channel, definitely watch this video that's going to come out Sunday. We talk about every single suburb, except for Lago Vista. Oops, did I just say that? I gave it away. But here's the deal. Buda is at 0.2. It's probably less than that, 0.2 of a month of inventory. Kyle, same thing. Hayes County is at 0.2 of a month. And Kevin's been bringing this up about Dripping Springs. There's no inventory. So you're going to have to spend 100 to 150 grand over list price to be in Buda right now, which is insane to me. And Kevin's gone. So Kevin's out. Kevin, oh no, here we go.
I was like, there it is.
It's back to me and you, man. Back to the good old days, Ian.
It's all good. It's all good.
Ian, what do you think? Amit says Cedar Park, Round Rock listing price is 15 to 20% above. Do people still have it to bid 20% on top? Ian.
Yeah. Absolutely. And I think so. Cedar Park doesn't have any more land to build. Like there's no more land, right? So you don't get new builds in Cedar Park. That's why everybody's jumping to Leander. That's the first thing. But then Round Rock, the reason why that has such a high draw is there's a lot being built there. And if you know where to look, you can get tax rates at like 2.2, which is extremely low for Williamson County, as somebody had pointed out earlier. So you can get a really solid, no HOA, large lot, 2.2 tax rate, and be 15 minutes from Austin, from North Austin. So they're both still going 20% over pretty easily. What else we got? So house prices in Buda. How you really feel about Treviso? I think
somebody's texting me. Raj is texting me on the side. Can you please answer my question when you get a chance? Raj, I don't know which question that is.
Carmel? Was it Carmel? Because I was going to answer that. I saw that come up.
Marisol's back.
Did Marisol come back? I don't see her on here, though.
She said she's here.
Tell her to bounce back out and come back in.
Marisol, bounce back out and come in.
Oh, can we search for comments? Raj, how you spell it?
Can I? R-A-J? I mean, I don't know what his screen name was. I'll ask. So, Kevin, you were gone a second ago. Did you do some push-ups?
I threw some food in the air fryer.
Nice.
Not anything for a while, man.
It's crazy how we can go. It's crazy how we can go almost 3 hours every Tuesday, and people just keep asking questions. We're like 133 people live. I mean, that's just look. Seriously, can we all just say a quick thank you to everybody?
Yeah, thank you guys.
Yeah, thank you everyone.
I mean, seriously, awesome. I have a blast being here. I don't know how we're that entertaining, but I love doing this. I think it's so much fun.
Okay.
Plus I at least have
mixed.
seven office quotes that come through my mind. Like just hearing the word Raj literally makes me think when Dwight Schrute says, I was in the spelling bee and I lost to Raj Patel, and the word that I misspelled was failure. That quote rose through my every time I hear Raj's name, that's the quote that goes through my head.
So Raj is still on. I saw the question earlier and didn't respond to it. So it says, I have a quick question. I'm looking to buy a home in Carmel, Pflugerville with Scott Felder. I did see this question.
Yeah.
The floor plan is 3,100 square feet. List price is $503K plus 8% escalation. I don't know what an escalation is because we don't have
escalation costs. Yeah, we can't do them in Texas.
We don't do them in
I was
Texas.
gonna say, that doesn't sound right.
It's a
There's got
good
to be
place
something
to
else.
buy it there.
Imagine if you had 20 offers and they all had escalation.
It says
clauses.
Carmel and Pflugerville. I would
I like
buy in
Carmel.
Carmel for Pflugerville. If you want, I got a great property listing at 550 in that same area.
That neighborhood.
So
There,
as far as Carmel goes, it's a buy for me. But the property taxes, make sure it's a buy for you.
well, you got to see which side, right? Because there's Carmel, that's the Hutto side, and then there's Carmel, that's the Pflugerville side. And so that changes the schools and it changes the tax rate.
Look at you, Ian.
I
dropping some truth bombs.
I mean, that matters, right? So a lot of people are like Carmel because the school's right here. They're building, they've got the Weiss and then they've got the other two high schools being built right there. Well, if you're in the wrong section, which are, I believe, the newer build sections, you're not going to be at those schools or it'll have to be rezoned later. So that's important.
100%.
Ian, why are we seeing you? Why does it look like your screen instead of being 8K looks like you're on an Android phone tonight?
Yeah, it's true. I gotta admit,
it's funny you say that. It's because you're using an iPhone.
No,
really,
I'm using
I
a
am
Canon
an
M50.
I gotta admit, the entire time I put you on, you've been really grainy. So it must be that
That's so
Pflugerville,
great. It looks great to
Pflugerville
me.
internet.
Grainy AF.
I'm not included.
We just let Ian do the streaming equivalent of having broccoli in his teeth after dinner. Like, you guys aren't going to tell me my stream looks like, right?
It's true, Ian. I'm not gonna lie. The entire time, your stream has been less than stellar. What happened to Marisol? Oh wait, Marisol, she's back on. I see her finally. Hold on.
So you know what? Does this fix it?
Hold on. Oh, I gotta get her on. How do I get her
Can
on?
I put my dog on the stream too?
Your dog? Yeah. Put your dog on.
Come here, buddy. Come here. You want to see the people? Want to see the people? Oh. His head's stuck.
Quiet. There we go. Boom. She's back.
Come here.
Marisol's
Yes.
back. Where did you? Oh my gosh.
It's my
My
dog.
dog's
phone
crazy.
died. My phone died. Sorry.
Hi, everybody.
Hey,
Hello.
what else is he gonna say?
Hello, everyone. After hours has commenced.
Yeah,
He hated that.
is my stream fixed?
Oh,
No?
hey, we gotta get. Is your stream fixed? I don't know. Like, check
Does
it
it
out
look
yourself.
better on your end?
No, it does not.
There we go.
Hey, later, guys and gals, great stream. So much relieving all
Reliving, I
of-
think is what he's saying.
Buyers, exciting.
I don't know
No,
what's going on, but Master Jedi, great job. I think that's it then. I think we're at the end of the stream. You guys are awesome. Really appreciate learning. I mean, it's almost 10 o'clock. So,
Is it? Oh my gosh.
yeah.
Happy right there,
Kevin,
talking.
they said you have a cute dog.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, man. Thanks for bringing your dog on. Southwest Austin versus Dripping Springs. Dripping Springs. It's still Southwest Austin. I'm definitely going Dripping Springs. Prices are relatively the same. Dripping Springs. There you go. I answered the question. Welcome back, Marisol. They love you.
Thank you.
Tully's
Thank
on.
you.
Hi,
Thank
Tully.
you.
Are there
Back
any
in the
big name
bathroom.
companies locating the South Austin area? No, not as of yet. Ian, the 56K video streamer of Austin. Ian,
See,
yeah, man, you're struggling over there, man.
I think he's talking about like the baud modem or whatever.
Yeah. Yep. We want to bid for Taylor Morrison 835 with options. Go or no go?
Go.
That's the low. That would be the lowest price home in Treviso that's active right now.
Yeah. Go.
So go.
The answer is go. The answer is go. If you can get in Treviso right now, just go. Just do it. Marisol, classy and up the place with her.
Thank you. Thank you.
What is cheetah
With my-
print shirt? What is that cheetah? What is that thing you're wearing in the bathroom?
Leopard.
Yeah,
Leopard in the bathroom.
That is
leopard in the bathroom. Marisol is
Leopard in
classing
the
up the
bathroom.
joint.
Yeah.
I don't know how that's possible. I'm wearing a polo. Kevin's wearing a.
Someone's got to do.
What are you wearing, Kevin?
It's a polo t-shirt.
Okay, yeah. And Ian's got his Kegel hat on. We're all good.
Yeah.
Did I say that right?
Kangle? It's not a Kangol,
Kangol?
but yeah.
I have no idea what's going on.
That's a brand.
Thank you for
That's like saying Kleenex to wipe your nose. It's not a Kleenex.
Oh,
it's a tissue.
Ian's wearing the Kleenex hat. Thank you all for the awesome info. As always, great new stream concept launch, REALMigos, FTW. Don't know what FTW means.
For the
F the
win.
world.
Or
world.
that,
For
but
the
for the
win.
win.
Oh,
For the win. Oh, I like it.
I say F the
Thanks,
world.
Jeremy, for doing every week. Can you guys please comment on Larkspur community in Leander? Okay. Here, I get this. We get this every single week, and we do not respond to it. Ian, pull up Larkspur,
Same
please.
question?
We get Larkspur
What is the
every
question?
single week.
Yeah, what's the
What is the
question about
question?
it?
Yeah, what's the question about?
Marisol,
I live about
Marisol-
5 minutes from Larkspur, so and I have many
See?
clients there. Oh, thank you. Somebody
See,
voted
this
for
is-
me.
This is why we bring on everybody from different backgrounds and different areas in Austin, because we want to be diverse in the agents that give us solid information.
Yeah.
So
Hey,
what is the question
Marisol.
about Larkspur? Particularly,
I think the question is it a good place or no?
it's a great
What-
place.
Yeah.
My clients
Tell us
love
why
it.
Larkspur is a good place.
It's beautiful. When you walk in there, they do have this great entrance as well. They have 2 schools in the community, so you don't have to drive anywhere to get to them. They're good schools. They have a great amenity center. Their HOA fee is low, and up to last year, they were able to get into a really nice home for under $350. This year, maybe under $400. But resale, most of the builders out there have sold out.
Hey, I've got a question for you, Jeremy.
Isn't it all a Milestone community?
What's your question?
What, Larkspur?
Larkspur.
All Milestone? Is that what you said?
I'll tell you in just a second.
Yeah. Is it all the builder? Is it all Milestone or no?
No. So they have they had Milestone. They had Gian.
Gian.
DR
Yeah.
Horton.
And DR Horton.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. I
Here
mean,
we
there's one right now in Larkspur, one for $370 and one for $410, obviously increasing with the percentage. The price points are solid. The HOA is pretty solid. $60 a month, 2.9 tax rate. So that's important to know. But at Leander ISD, a lot of people are looking for that school district. So I have people that are absolutely adamant about being in that school district. And so based on everything that Marisol said and those factors, I think if that's what you're looking for, it is a very solid spot. I mean,
It's a winner, yeah. So
think about how many people want to live in
Mesh.
Leander, period.
Excuse
A
me?
lot of people. And I was just at the new HEB. I was trying to get some drone shots on the HEB that they're building. So I got some good shots. Look on Google Maps and you'll see them.
Yeah, we did a new one. The HEB Plus in Leander is always packed. Like you can go there early in the morning, you can go there late at night. It's always packed.
Do you want to use my phone and call it?
Yes, Jeremy.
You
you
might be
should.
in the car. Sorry. Oh, yep. I pushed the wrong button. You're hearing me talk to my beautiful wife who's off camera. Hello.
Oh, you're so sweet.
Looking good. Hello. Kevin, what was your question to me?
I've seen a couple of homes be listed. And actually just saw when my client sent me this home in San Marcos that's super cheap. And I read the description. It is verbatim the same description I saw on another home in Austin where they only post one picture of the outside, no pictures of the inside. It's a stupid low price. What's going on with that? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Where is it?
Yes, I know.
And I would think
Exactly.
this was a scam, but one of my good agent, Erin, went by that other house, and she's like, "No, the interior in this other place was super cute." Like,
it's a strategy. We can talk about
so
that.
they're just
offline.
copy pastaing the description. It's like the description was absolute bargain, unbelievable priced low and firm for your pre-approved buyer who wants a great deal on a super home. It won't last long at this low price. So do your buyer a favor and hurry to write a squeaky clean offer now and save yourself all the fun of a counter offer. I remember that because it said squeaky clean.
Yeah, that's the agent strategy. I actually worked with that person for a little bit. I know it inside and out. It's just it's a grab to get people to call the agent.
Boo.
Yeah. So
That's-
I've got the HTB up, if you care at all.
What's that?
I've actually called agents on like Zillow who like are for sale by owner, and they put up one picture of their property, and then you try to get more, and it's a total junk pile. It drives me nuts when they do stuff like that.
Oh my gosh. This dude actually called him out. He knows exactly who it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is it. This right here.
Yes.
Pure
Oh,
real.
I'm just putting up the comment. I have no idea who this person is, so don't get upset with me.
Oh
we're in the
gosh.
after hours. We're in the 3-hour mark almost,
I
and
mean,
I have no idea who this person
whatever.
is. So
If it works, I guess. I'm not going to judge anybody. Obviously it's working.
Yeah.
Whenever they only show one photo of the outside of the property, I always think it must be a hoarder house.
It's
Like, it has
super
to be a
questionable.
hoarder house.
super questionable.
I'm not willing to use my clients as a sales experiment. I'm sorry. I'm just not going to do it. I don't think it does any business.
John S. says the last time I watched anything longer than 3 hours was the 10 Commandments. Well, all right. So
life transformative. Nice.
there you go. All right. So
Can I share
there we go.
Before we go.
Marisol,
Yes.
I want to hear from before we leave. Right, we're not leaving yet. So be strong.
I was like,
everyone.
I want to share this so
Be
bad.
strong.
It took so much time.
Be strong. Are we a thumbs up or a thumbs down on Marisol? I want to get this. Should she be part of the REALMigos team? Should she be a revolving cast member? Second, Ian, what the heck were you about to say?
I wanted to I went and got this drone shot just yesterday of
This drone shot?
the Leander. Yeah. So check this out. So I did a 360. So this is Rancho Siena.
Mhm.
In this Rancho Siena. This is Bar W Ranch.
Mhm.
And then this is beautiful Leander, right? And then that's the HEB. This whole area.
There's an
and then
HEB?
This is going to be the HEB. And then this right here, right past here is Santa Rita Ranch. So this is going to be a huge HEB. And then all this green is going to be less green.
Oh, with less green. So,
Right.
so Ian, not to cut you off in your beautiful drone photography, you nerd. Love you. Nerd. But even Robert says Marisol is the bomb. Y'all drop her and we will merch with this pitchfork. All right. I don't know how to add Marisol to the logo though. So we got to figure that one out.
So I believe I've won by default.
Oh my goodness. This is too much.
I think we just need a text logo so we're not discriminating in case the family grows.
That's true. Yeah.
Or shrinks.
Maybe we need like that's another good question. Do we need
Thank
more
you.
people on the cast? Or we keep it at 4 and do interviews? I want to hear from you.
I want to have Aaron too at some point.
There you go,
so
folks.
we have to do either 5 and a guest or 6.
Mullet, Magic Mullet is saying he wants to bring somebody else on next week. How do you feel about that?
Everybody.
Oh my gosh. She might be having a child.
I didn't say
next week.
instead. I said also.
Also, all right. So, I mean, are we going to be like 3 amigos plus like 3 like great women? Like, what's the deal here?
The real fam.
Real fam, but we could still be. I think we could still be real amigos.
You can still be
with,
real
like,
amigos.
19 voices, as long as I'm the one like, people make fun of the most. Besides Ian's hat and your mullet and her leopard shirt.
So Migos,
You gotta wear that leopard shirt every
is that
week.
from like Amigos? Is that where you get that from?
Amigos.
Yeah, short
Okay,
for
so-
amigos.
Okay, so Amigos is both men and women, so you could have
Exactly right.
It should be
Right, but we shortened it because it's real Migos, right? So we took the A off because we said, you know what? We don't need that. Right? We don't need that A because there's an A in real, and that L, forget that L. Who cares about that L? Real Migos.
I know.
If you say it fast enough, there's no L.
How good are your real Migos if you don't have anybody that speaks Spanish at the real Migos?
Oh, right.
Oh,
That's why you're here right now.
We just got called. We just got
Dang.
called out by Marisol. Oh my
Listen.
gosh.
Hablo español.
Marisol is really trying
Yeah,
hard
habla
to become
español.
president.
Just saying.
I can speak Spanish.
Jeremy, do you remember that you and I and Marisol are all at KW at the same time? You
Yeah,
remember?
I
All at
told
the same time.
Jeremy. I'm like, I remember Kevin, you and I did time at KW.
Yeah, I
Did
didn't we do.
time. You act like
time.
we were all in prison together. It was like being in
Yeah.
jail at KW for
You
sure.
gotta do
No.
your time somewhere, you know?
Don't what, Kevin?
No,
I'm not going to talk bad about KW.
No, it was a great place to start the business. I thought it was a great place to start.
It's a great
I actually
place.
met some very lasting relationships at those days at KW. People I
Yeah,
still
for
interact
sure.
with very regularly. Class of whatever that was. I don't even remember.
It was like class of like 2016, I think. All right, there we go. That's it. We are at 3 hours. We're done. Marisol, thumbs up, thumbs down. Is she in or not? I saw a ton of thumbs down behind the scenes.
You're
But it was-
lying. There was seven thumbs up, and I counted.
There were 7 thumbs up, but there was 2 thumbs down in the private chats.
No, there
One was from
not.
Kevin, one was from Ian. It was this craziness.
Kevin,
Somebody's now asking about Headwaters. We're gonna have to push that to the next show. We are
Yeah.
done.
Talk about it, though.
Y'all have an awesome day.